Oh, chimpanzee that!
Right, you'll like this one. What I've found is, found out, like, a lot of monkeys' names, like, that's how I found out about Oliver.
Yeah.
What do you mean you found out a lot of monkeys' names?
Well, there's a lot of monkeys out there, and you think they're just called Monkey and what have you, but they're all given names, right? So this one that I found about, bit of a weird name anyway, it's actually called Crap, its name, right? And...
So, they're not born with those names, it's not like their parents give them those names, you know, they just... Yeah.
Well, this one, right? And,
It's called Crap?
Yeah, I know. Right, but do you know what it's famous for?
What, Crap?
Yeah.
No.
Go on.
Is it involved with this show?
It, the first monkey to have its name tattooed on its head.
Yeah, again, I will say not by choice. There is no way that a chimp would go down to Camden Lock and go, are you a registered tattooist? I am, yes. Yeah, it's the cleanest, yeah. Go, okay,
Can I have a look through your book?
Can I have a look through your book? I'm looking for something quite gothic, but, I'd like, you know, what's your name? Crap. Oh, I'm not sure I can do that, because you're not drunk, are you? I have another drink. I have another drink. I've had some Mbongo, and that's all. But no. What are you talking about? The first monkey to have its name tattooed on its head? What are you talking about,
There's
Carl?
got to be more information. Don't tell me you're leaving it there. There's got to be more information.
That was it, and then I read it thinking, well, that's weird, because that means there's loads of monkeys with tattoos on their head. If that's the first one.
No, it could be still the only one.
First and only.
Yeah, but would they report that?
What do you mean, would they report it? This isn't the Washington Post you're reading. This is mentalists who do websites about themselves every day.
What? There's got to be a third
Why is
act
that
to that
news?
story.
Why is that news? How did you come across that?
Well, you read...
First nut monkey with tattoo head, I mean, what are you talking about?
But why did it have its name tattooed on its head?
No, it didn't say that. I mean, yeah, I know, it's mad. But he didn't say why.
Was that enough for you, though? Did you feel satisfied having read that? Did you not have other questions?
There's no way that is in the Guinness Book of Records. There's no way that is cited in the Guinness Book of Records.
I just read it as, like, what a weird name for a monkey. And then, ooh, you won't have that on your head.
What would be a good name for a monkey?
I don't know, anything but that, really.
Yeah.
Dave.
Ted. But, what do you think of that, then?
Well, I don't know what to think about it, because I don't know what you're telling me. I don't know that that's news, I don't know that it's true. I mean, I don't know where to start with that. Oh, chimpanzee that!
Right, I don't know how recent this was.
Oh, God. 17th century?
But it happened in Hackney, right? If you're outside London, that's in a place in London. And it's this monkey that's going about Hackney, nicking DVDs.
Even the monkey didn't go for videos. Even the monkey knew, well, there's no point getting on VHS.
But glad you're on VHS.
You're having threw it back.
Right, and there's a girl called Lisa who works in our office here, right, and I mentioned it to her because she lives in Hackney. I said, you familiar with this? And she said, oh, I remember something about it, which annoyed me. The fact that a monkey's running riot, but she didn't know the full story, and she lives there.
What do you mean a monkey? Do you mean a chimpanzee? Or a monkey?
I don't know, is there a zoo in Hackney? Is there a zoo there? I don't know what sort it was, but it was like...
Is there a zoo in Hackney?
I don't know, that's what I was asking.
So, get on with the story.
So anyway, yeah, it's been robbing stuff, and the other bit that really puzzled me, right, is the fact that...
And you're not easily puzzled by monkey news?
They took fingerprints. What do you think about that?
Well, they took fingerprints, presumably because they didn't know it was a monkey to start with.
No, they did. They saw it, nicking stuff, and they said, get fingerprints. So that means there's more than just one doing it.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
He had to fax them to Interpol.
Yeah. We know that is. Yeah. It's Brian the monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry, I don't understand. He was stealing DVDs, specifically DVDs.
DVDs, I think it said watches and stuff.
What, breaking into homes?
Yeah, in Hackney. Maybe.
Are you sure it wasn't a kid with a mask on?
No, seriously.
How was he breaking into homes?
Up the drain pipe. They're good, aren't they? They're good, aren't they?
But how would they do that?
So is that the news?
Well, that's how much do you want?
Is that monkey news?
For this week?
Well, I don't know that it's true. Again, I've got nothing.
There was other stuff. There was another story that I found about a monkey, but I would like to know from someone in Hackney if do you know what I mean? And I missed that one on Crime Watch, which would have been good, right? But there was another story about one that kept getting on buses, not paying its fare.
Not paying its fare.
And just sat in a corner reading the paper.
Reading the paper, Carl! You're an idiot.
But that wasn't in London.
You're an idiot.
That was in America.
It wouldn't read the paper. Why would it read the paper?
Because it was its way of sort of going, oh, well, if I'm reading something, maybe the inspector...
The inspector will notice my hairy hands.
Oh, Carl, you're such a fool!
Well...
Pilkington. Karl
We've just had a news flash that an infinite number of monkeys in Hackney and an infinite number of typewriters.
Yeah.
We don't know what for. At this stage, we've got no more information.
And they've taken back an infinite amount of graduate on video. This is rubbish. Oh, Chimpanzee, that monkey news night.
Excellent. Good. So we'll sort of get some monkey experts on maybe next week to dissect it.
Right. You ready?
Yeah.
Right. There's this monkey. Right?
Oh, yeah.
It's called Jack.
Yeah.
Right. I got pally with this bloke who worked in a railway station.
How? Pen pals?
I don't know, I didn't say all that. I'm just telling you.
Internet.
I'm shorting
Chat
it.
rooms on the internet.
So, anyway, he's helping him out all the time. It's this fella's job, right, to, sort of make sure it's safe for the trains to come in, that sort of thing, right? But he's always working on his own, so he's got his mate Jack in with him, right, this little monkey. Yeah. And, you know, they're having a good time, they share lunch together and stuff like that. Anyway, it gets to a point when the fella whose job it is, right, starts getting old, and Jack, the monkey, starts getting more involved.
Presumably this is a chimpanzee as opposed to a monkey, you mean? When you say monkey, it's generic term, you mean chimps usually, don't you?
Yeah.
Go on then.
So, you know, he's clocking the fella doing his job, and he's thinking, I can do this, right, the monkey.
I love it.
Yeah. He's helping out, he's pulling down the levers and stuff, so the train's sort of coming on the right lines.
Sure, yeah.
He's clocking it, he sticks his head out the little window, see the trains coming and that.
I hope British Rail are listening.
Yeah.
Right? In the end...
Oh, yeah.
The fella whose job it is, he lost a leg for some reason, couldn't work anymore.
Lovely.
Gave Jack the job.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
The railway company happy with that. I'm sure they interviewed a number of people, but he was the best monkey for the job.
And that's good, isn't it?
Well, it's not true.
Right, once again.
Well, it's not true. Don't hand Steve a piece of paper that someone put on the internet who is probably a bigger mentalist than you. That's not proof. It's not true. At no point did a railway company give a chimpanzee the job of signalman.
It was ages ago.
What?
Steve, when was it? It was
before trains, probably.
Well, it's in the 1880s.
Yeah.
According to this piece of paper, which is what you've based your monkey news on. Now, of course, I think ITN and a lot of the news channels, they tend to get lots of independent confirmation of their news before they give it out. But you've got an email from someone, so let's assume that's real. It says, for this, Jack was officially put on the railway payroll, earning 2 cents per day and have half a bottle of beer on Saturday. That's what we pay you, isn't it?
He doesn't even get the beer. Oh, dear, he's not allowed to drink, are you?
Someone emailed in, actually, and said, Carl, some years ago, did you die? And they took your face and transplanted it onto that of a chimpanzee. It would make a lot of sense.
I've never seen you. He always has t-shirts right done up and long sleeved. I bet he's hairy under there.
Yeah.
I bet you are hairy because you have to shave right up to your eyes. You're one of them, aren't you? And I can see the growth, and it comes out the top there. Are you really hairy underneath?
Pretty hairy.
Are you really?
Well, what's up with that?
You're a chimpanzee, aren't you? That's why you're fascinated with them, and why your IQ is sort of about 80. I think you might be. Oh, chimpanzee that, monkey news. Karl Pilkington.
Brilliant. I haven't read that for a couple of weeks.
Go on then.
Alright, so, is that this little monkey?
Oh, yeah.
Who lives in Morocco.
Right, I'll just warn you now, you're on thin ice from last time, okay? So, make sure, is this real?
It's been
Don't say anything to think about it. As you're saying it, think to yourself, oh, is that true? Do monkeys do that? Do they think like that? So, go on then.
So anyway, yeah, so there's this magician in Morocco, right? He's got a little monkey working with him, right? The way it used to work, magician used to do his thing on stage, do a little bit of magic, people loved it. Then the monkey came out, had a little cap, walked around the crowd and stuff, got the money, had a good little team thing going on, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, the monkey's name was 86.
Right.
Because back then there was so many monkeys, it was like, oh, what names, do you know what I mean, what names do you use, what do you do, so they just named them, right? So this little monkey...
What, he had 86 other monkeys? What?
No, it's just that because a lot of monkeys were sort of working back then, helping magicians out, you know, doing bits and pieces, busking, what have you.
Well, Rick, you know how there's so many...
Why would there be a confusion with that? If he only had one monkey, where's the confusion? People would go, oh, I'm not going to go and see that, I want to see 86, he's the better monkey. Do you know what I mean? What does it matter?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, why do they need... where was the confusion? With people going to the circus and going, what monkey are you going to go see tonight? I don't know. It wasn't a billing, was it, with a monkey?
But Rick, it's just the same with humans. You know, there's so many humans now that we can't give them names anymore.
Yeah,
they all
exactly.
have to have numbers.
Exactly, yeah, there's so many humans, you know, with 5 billion people, we can't give them names, it's impossible. But, you know, with a few monkeys
anyway, number
working...
122, go on.
So, anyway, there he is.
86.
86.
With his hat.
With his hat, walking around getting the money.
Yeah.
Anyway, the magician sort of, you know, thinking about moving on. Because in Morocco, he'd sort of done all the tourist traps.
Sure.
So he had a word with the monkey, said, how about we,
See?
No, let him continue.
Think.
Let him continue.
He didn't have a word with the monkey.
Let him continue.
So what do you think about going over to Spain?
Yes. Sure. So, the monkey was in agreement?
So he said, alright, go on then. Right, so they get in the car, and, like, the magician knew he'd have a bit of a problem on his hands, because you're not meant to take monkeys out of the country.
Yeah.
Right? So he thought, right, what I'll do, I'll get a car, right?
Right.
Stick the monkey in a boot, right? Get on the boat, and hopefully sort of, you know, stick it in some luggage and what have you.
Yeah.
We'll be over there, we'll be earning big money, everything's gonna be great. So the monkey was like, brilliant. So, they get in the car, they're on the way to the boat, and, pull over at a petrol station. And, just before filling it up, he opens up the boot, and he goes, yeah, alright, and then it's like, yeah, it's sound. So he leaves the boot open so it can breathe and get a bit of fresh air whilst it's filling up. Goes in to pay the money.
Yep.
Pays the money, goes, I'm just paying for the...
Right, this monkey is not going to drive away in that car, or we're never doing this feature again.
Carl, what happens? What's number 86 up to?
So... 86. So,
That's the ending, isn't it? That's the story.
Come on, let Carl finish the story.
It better not be.
Brilliant. You're gonna love it. Right, so he's in the petrol station, and he's going, right, I'll pay for, pump 4. And the fella says, what are you talking about,
Pump 4? Isn't that a monkey? No. Sometimes I use numbers for monkeys, sometimes I use... No, I mean pump 4.
Sure.
So he says, what are you talking about? There's no car at pump 4.
Right.
Keep going.
Sticks his head out of the door.
Yeah.
The monkey's giving it some. Went over to Spain on its own.
I don't know what to do.
Hang on, let's just get a couple of the facts right here.
What do you mean, couple of the facts, right? There are no facts.
So, number 86. Number 86 he drove to Spain.
You are, honestly, Carl, you must know.
It was an automatic.
Right. Carl, you must know that is shit. There is no way a monkey...
That's the thing with this
He gets
feature,
stopped at customs.
It's mental.
How would he get through customs, Carl? He hasn't got a passport.
No, he was sneaking about because he didn't have a passport.
So he parked and then snuck through.
Do you want the facts?
Let me see it. Well, I'll examine this, Rick, and we'll play a record.
Play a record,
I'll have a
because
look
I
at the
can't.
facts
That's nearly as bad as the armed robbery. Right, go on. Play a record.
Because we've covered so much in the monkey world, right? The fact that we've done a monkey that was a sort of half man, we've done a monkey that got a decent job in a train station. Can you think of any other?
Well, that's just some of the great monkey news from the past.
That's what I mean. So that's what you got to compete with. So even though this is quite amazing,
just tell us.
Another monkey's got married.
Oh, not another monkey getting married.
What do you mean?
It's got another one, you know, it was knocking about with some woman monkey for a bit.
A woman monkey.
They decided to, you know, get married.
Yeah.
They did.
What do you mean they decided to get married?
Was it pressure from her parents?
They had a good do, and
good do! I love the spread! I love that. Peanut vol-au-vents.
Yeah.
Celebrated in a pub. And then they both went off to the cage at night. That's what I mean. Even though that is quite impressive, because
it's not true. Or it's a joke. It's nothing. It's not.
On an over website, official sort of news website.
2 monkeys have married in Romania. After a whirlwind romance. Well, that's
after a whirlwind romance.
God, yeah, yeah, a quick one hanging onto the rope. Yeah. She was in the tyre.
Yeah.
He saw it.
Yeah.
He went, "I'll have a go at that." They go, "We got to marry her now."
Yeah.
Her parents came in and said, Did you just shove my
He was in
daughter
a zoo
tyre?"
knocking one off. She went, "I can do that for you."
Yeah. Yeah. Guests say the monkey bridegroom was scared by the number of people attending the wedding and refused to get out of his cage. So his bride was,
not bloody Hello Magazine again.
No, it was no. I think it was like last minute nerves.
Right,
like
right, right.
I'm single now. It's like it's the big step.
Yeah.
But his bride enjoyed every minute of it. She was loving it.
Yeah,
she
sure,
looked lovely, by
sure.
the way. She looked lovely.
Yeah. Did she look good?
Reports she only appeared to have problems with her veil and dress. Do you see? This is. The guests
I hope they didn't ruin it like Anthea Turner and maybe get sort of sponsorship PG tips or something.
Totally, with strong plum brandy, so they got them drunk as well. So they carried on the celebrations at the pub, and the bride was taken to her new husband's cage at night. I apologise. Play a record.
Come on now.
Oh, chimpanzee that!
Monkey news, earlier than usual.
I'll have to save this link now. Monkey news. We've done a lot of stuff, right, on monkeys, and most of it has been
is bollocks.
No, has been like happy stories.
Oh, is this gonna be like our tune? Our monkey tune. Simon Bates, and welcome to our monkey tune.
No, but do you know what I mean? We've done stuff about a monkey that robbed a bank.
Yeah. Why is that happy?
He had a great life after that.
Right. What, in Marbella?
Yeah. Right, we did, the one who saved someone's handbag in a railway station.
We've had a lovely marriage, couple of marriages.
Couple of monkey marriages.
Yeah, yeah.
There was the one who got a job in a railway station.
Yeah, the hairdresser.
The one who set up a business in Spain.
I don't even remember that one.
That one
but, I'm willing to believe that happened. Go on then, Carl.
But anyway, yeah. So today's isn't that happy really. It's about some monkey. I think it was a chimp.
Who's an ape? Go on.
It tried to. I mean, the story sets off at a sort of a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's something about he went to Russia to do some business.
What are you talking about, Carl?
It jumped past that bit though. It didn't start there.
What?
Do you know what I mean? It didn't tell you what he was doing. It just said there's this monkey went to Russia.
To do some business.
Do some stuff.
I don't know.
Bit of monkey business. And anyway, didn't work out.
So, they were furious. We wanted a surgeon, you send us a monkey.
Anyway, ended up being homeless.
Oh. No, joking.
So it's taken a turn for the worst.
What, couldn't even get into like a tree hostel or anything like that?
That's the problem. And,
oh, God.
ended up homeless. Got in with some tramps.
I don't know where to start.
Come on.
Yeah, so he's knocking about with some tramps and stuff. You know, sharing drink and what have you around a little fire. They broke into some home, not sort of squatted.
Right, so
in
I'm
some
not homeless anymore.
Problem was, he had a roof over his little area head.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, this is good, this is, we're having a good time, this is sorting me out.
Yeah.
He had his
He
mate.
said that in Russian, though.
What was he eating?
I don't know. Don't know, it didn't say. But they're in this house.
Well, he could only be eating sort of like, fruit, nuts, vegetables. They classically sort of don't eat, pork pies and.
But they've got
drink
McDonald's
coffee.
in Moscow now, so.
Sure.
He probably turned down on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, there was a bust.
What? I knew this was
There was a bust in the flat that they were squatting in. All the other tramps sort of knew what was going on, legged it, left little chimps out there, got arrested. And they thought it was a real fella at first. They were like, get him, he's obviously just a scruffy bloke who hasn't had a shave and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hasn't shaved his back for a while.
Or his face.
Yeah.
His head.
Got him down the station, and the boss was like, what's going on here? We've got a monkey here. He was like, what? So you arrested the monkey?
Well, so the arresting officers hadn't noticed all the way to the station that he kept slipping out of the handcuffs and was going for the entire journey. They didn't notice till they got there. What, did they put a hood over his head maybe and just like,
I don't know. I'll give you the story if you want. There's the headline.
What is it? What's the headline, Steve? I don't want to see it, but...
The headline, this is once again from supposedly reputable news organisation Ananova, homeless monkey arrested in Russia.
Did you read on, or did you see the headline and make up that whole story?
Most of it is there.
What isn't there? What bit isn't there then?
No, I think Steve can have a look over it, check it out and stuff.
Point out the embellishment for me, Steve, will you?
Well, what it doesn't say is that the police didn't realise it was a monkey.
That's what I was guessing. Really? That they got it back and they said, what are you doing? We've got a monkey here. And they go, yeah? Yeah. Oh, God.
There's some more monkey problems in the week. Have you seen the Alfords advert with monkeys in?
No.
There's a new advert out for Alfords, selling bikes and stuff.
Yeah.
Got some monkeys in it. It's caused an uproar.
Why?
People are saying it's, dressing them up in tracksuits and that is,
taking the mickey out of Manchester.
It's, it's not nice for the animals and that. So there's been loads of
Will
complaints
they get a
about
free
it.
bike or something, do they, I imagine?
I think they kept the tracksuits.
Yeah. Where's the monkey news?
It's been a bit quiet, hasn't it? I've been...
What, in the
keeping an eye
last
out.
3 months?
Okay, there was something that I found last week about one that was in an old people's home. It escaped from some zoo, it was wandering about, it was enjoying itself, and then when it got to the night time, it was like, oh, what am I going to do? And the first place it came across was like this old people's home.
Yeah.
Went in there, I think it was there for about a week and a half, without anyone realising.
No, it did. No, so the helpers and the nurses and the social workers and the matrons and all that, they thought, well, Mr. Sanders looks a bit hairy. But I mean, that happens, it comes out your ear and your nose when you get to about 70. And he stooped over, yeah, of course he has, he got bow legs, yeah. And he eats more fruit, of course he does.
Well, that's when they realised.
Why?
Because someone in the kitchen said, hang on a minute, getting through more bananas than we normally do.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news.
Right then, so, there's this monkey, right?
Right.
In Canada. It's in a zoo in, Toronto, I think it is. His name's Pascal. Right, and, what happened was, all the people in the zoo, sort of said, you know, what can we do? Sort of spice the day up a bit. Right?
Yeah.
So they left.
Embellishing. No way this is a news story.
Let him do the news. Let him do the news.
Okay.
So they left.
Any dates?
Just let him read the news. All right? You wouldn't interrupt Moira Stewart.
It was about 2 weeks ago.
No, because she always says today, so you know it's news. She doesn't say, right, there was a monkey, right?
Well,
in Canada,
Go on,
right?
mate, just finish the news, be all right.
A couple of weeks ago, in this zoo in Canada.
Right.
Jesus. They got a camcorder.
Right.
And they said, let's leave it for the monkey to have a play with, right? So, anyway, they passed it around.
Won a BAFTA.
And a couple of chimps and that were rubbish at it. They were like filming the floor and all that, and the fingers were always in shot and stuff like that, right? But anyway, there was this one chimp called Pascal, right? Who,
annoys me that he calls them monkeys, though. They're not monkeys, they're apes.
He was a dab hand at it, right? He was like, filming stuff, really good shots, you know, sort of nice mood and that. He used the lighting properly and all the rest of it.
No, he didn't!
This is the news. What are you talking about? This is the news.
Steve,
anyway.
it's so annoying. You know it annoys me so much. Things like that. He was a dab under. He was doing really good shots. It really annoys me.
Let's hear the news.
Anyway, right, so he started, at night, like when the zookeepers went home, he started filming, like, other monkeys on the go, like, whilst they were at it, right? And he was filming them and what have you.
The Ron Jeremy of the zoo.
You know it's going to end up on the web.
So anyway, the zookeepers came in the next day and it's like, let's see what shots he's got. Anyway, he's got all this, like, you know, all these monkeys at it and what have you. So,
this is, honestly, you don't know what this is doing to me, Steve. Can I stop him now?
So they thought, like, actually there's a few monkeys who aren't at it enough. Do you know what I mean? They have problems and what have you, so let's give them the videos.
That is so untrue! This is so untrue! It's so untrue that it was filmed by a monkey!
So
it's so untrue!
Right?
Rick, I don't know who to believe.
Oh, Carl! You're talking so much shit again! You must know that's not true. There's no way.
There's a load of tapes out.
Look at me! Look at me! Don't keep talking, look at me!
Yeah.
You must know that's not true.
Can we just hear the end of this news?
You had to go at me last week because I didn't have the full story. I've got the full story, you're still not happy.
There is no way that, by chance, what should we do? Let's give him a camcorder. That could happen. Right. He then films him at it. That might happen. It might happen, but I don't think he'd keep the camera still. Two, they go, hold on, no, this is good still. This is good. This porn's good.
Anyway,
look at that, he's got us a lovely shot, yeah. So this is ridiculous.
Let me just recap, because I lost my way there. So the monkey has filmed the monkey porn, and now they're showing it to the other monkeys.
Is he directing? Can you hear him saying stuff? Can you hear him go...
It's just like, you know, Chimp Pimp 1, 2 and 3 and all the rest of it, right? But anyway, so they've got all these other tapes, because what happened was, they said he's quite good at this. And the animals are happy having him around because he's not a human, he's just one of the gang, do you know what I mean? So they started putting him in with other things like, you know, ostriches.
Right.
And there was, and you know they have a problem with pandas in Japan, so they've sent him out there, filming a bit of, where are you going?
Honestly, you really annoy me. There's no way this is happening.
Can we just hear the end?
Why can't he just find a real story about a monkey?
Let's hear the end.
The end is really that he's got to China, he's filming the pandas and whatever.
No, he's not! They wouldn't send a monkey director! They would not send a monkey director!
So, Monkey News, if you've only just started listening to the show. Oh, you poor fool. Monkey News is where Karl reports for us all the latest monkey activity.
A headline or a word or someone he overheard in a pub and then totally embellishes it and makes it ridiculous and impossible. He believes it, though. He believes every word he's saying. Let me say that. When you hear this, whatever it is, I haven't heard it, twaddle, remember, Karl totally believes it. Go on.
Right, so anyway, right. I think it's in LA this happened. Right.
I think. Why does he think?
So these people are in a restaurant having a lovely meal.
Is one of them short and hairy, but it goes, totally covers from top to bottom in a spacesuit, so he didn't know it was a monkey?
It's not one of the customers, one of the waiters?
So they're having a lovely dinner, probably one of the best sort of dinners they've had, right?
Yeah.
So the waiter comes over, and it's like, you know, can we just say that had a lovely meal and that.
Right, it's the chef.
Of course it is.
So,
Can we see the chef?
Yeah.
So can we just, you know, see the guy who cooked it? Of
course.
Yeah. Short fella, hairy.
So the
Wearing
waiter said, to be
balaclava?
honest,
Don't say much.
the waiter said, look, he's busy, you know, he's got meals to cook and what have you. He hasn't really got time. He said, it'll only take a minute. He says, no, I prefer it, you know.
So
just
this is a restaurant in LA that serves brilliant food.
I'll pass your message on and what have you, right? So,
So he sends for Monkey Pierre White.
so it's a bit odd. Anyway. So they go out, right? They go out to the car and they notice the kitchen door's open.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, of course they do, because they're going to discover something that I don't know.
So
They're
they
going to hold on, this, just out of interest, this, where did this, chef train before we see him or reveal, you know, what he might look like or like to eat?
So
well,
anyway, so they pop their head in and think, we'll just nip in and go, you know, love fruit salad or whatever. So they stick their head in.
we better see the human chef.
You never guess what?
Go on.
Monkey stood on a chair, right, cooking veg. Right, so anyway, so they're like, what's going on here?
What do you mean? What do you mean he's cooking veg? What is he doing with it?
Well, he's stood on a chair by the cooker and he's chopping stuff.
Oh, he's
up,
chopping
it,
as well now. It's
and all that
veg,
lot.
isn't it? Yeah.
It's got a little, you know, he's got the bosses in there. They're like a bit shocked. So he's a bit panicking because he's got this monkey working for him. So they say to him, "What's going on? Eh? We didn't know this is what's going on. You know, why have you got a monkey cooking stuff?" So he said, "Well,
incidentally, a monkey, I should point out, who probably doesn't need instructions from its girlfriend."
Forget it.
What else you got?
Monkey news.
Yeah.
Well, let's do monkey news.
You want to do it now?
Yeah.
Oh, we may as well have some monkey news.
Let's have some monkey
Do
news.
some monkey news. You made enough noise there, Rick? You wanna?
Sorry, but sometimes I like to move around, lounge and that, and at the mic,
Sure.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's have the jingle. We've not heard it for a while.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news, you
Right. I haven't read this through properly, so I thought, no, I'm just
assumed that.
Right. What do you mean you haven't read it through
well,
properly?
basically, right, it's about problems with chat rooms and that, right? A lot of people, it's like the new way of meeting people and that, innit now, chat rooms. You get on there, you can have
Right,
a chat.
if you say someone was having a meeting with someone, they
Please
wanted to
don't
meet.
preempt it.
Right, okay.
Please don't preempt it.
Right, there is not an animal in the world that
Right,
can
it doesn't
operate and
matter. Do you want
understand.
to know the story? You said that
Did they
monkeys...
get married? It was 3 months later. She realised, oh, there's a lot of bananas gone from my fridge.
See, what annoys
I
me
want
is,
a divorce.
This is what annoys
Bobo.
me. You say that monkeys can do Shakespeare if they're given the time.
No, that's not it.
Let's not get into the
It's
whole
a
Shakespeare and
philosophical
monkeys.
conundrum.
Please, let's not get into that debate again. We'll be
It's
here all
about
night.
it's about
Yeah. Right, so
infinity.
this one then.
Oh.
So this chat room, right? And the thing is, with chat rooms, you have like a big boss who's looking over it and making sure nothing dodgy's going on.
Right.
Right, so certain keywords come up and
Who's that,
sort
Dr.
of thing.
Zayas?
Right? So anyway, they were looking over it, trying to look for dodgy stuff, but they kept coming over like really strange things, like instead of saying, "Do you want to meet in a restaurant or bar?" Right, it'd be like,
Do you want
What?
me in a tree?
"What tree do you want to meet?" on?"
Right, okay.
Are you shooting off?
the end, yeah.
I'll see you later,
Seriously,
mate.
that's gone.
I'm just going to listen to the end of it anyway.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot if you believe that shit, honestly.
No, I'm just telling you what's online.
Let's hear the rest of it.
How you're nearly you're ill. You're nearly okay. Well, I don't know the PC term for this, so I really apologise. You're nearly retarded in some aspects.
Instead of sort of saying wear something sexy, they'd say make sure you bring plenty of bananas. and
Right,
stuff
you're
like
talking absolute. Okay.
Are you making up the monkey news now because you can't find it anymore?
And instead of saying should we get married, they're saying how swollen and red is your arse?
Do you wanna
You
have a look?
stupid fool.
No, that
have a
was
look?
me.
Right, it's that time again, isn't it? Monkey news.
Yeah, monkey news.
Oh, monkey news.
Right, if you're a new listener, this is where we do a bit of monkey news.
Oh, imagine him giving these charts on a news programme. Like News Night Review or News at 10. Over to Karl Pilkington. Yeah, alright? Monkey's gone mad again. Go on.
Right, we've done quite a lot of good stuff. The one that sort of kicked up most of the fuss was probably Ollie the monkey.
I love the fact that they're all monkeys. He's a chimpanzee.
Well, right.
It's an ape.
Well, today, right, we're looking at one that's it's called Coco.
Oh yeah, the sign language one.
Well, what I've read about him is he speaks, right?
Oh God.
Highly educated.
Yeah.
Photographer.
Carl!
Right.
I love the fact that when he gets a gifted ape, he has to look up to him. He realises that he is superior. I love that.
Right.
Oh.
And it also likes going on computer chat rooms.
I can't take this anymore, Steve. I'm gonna be sick. Oh, God.
Which, right, that's pretty amazing.
You know, if an infinite number of monkeys are in an infinite number of chat rooms, they'll eventually type, which is your favourite episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Exactly, yeah. Karl Pilkington, you're an idiot.
But the thing is, right, you're saying about the infinite thing again, about monkeys, if you put them in a room with a typewriter, they'll come up with Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I'd sort of agree with that, right, with monkeys who can't do other stuff, but this one I reckon's going to be busy taking pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
I think monkeys that are boring...
Is there a boring monkey? Would you ever have a chimp and you'd go, Suzanne would go, I've got your birthday present, and you don't have it, it's a chimp fella, he's about, about a sort of like a middle-aged chimp.
No, I'd love it, I'm talking
Would you
on
ever
behalf
go,
of the...
I'll tell you what, Suzanne, that one's boring.
No, but I bet the monkey would get bored, I mean. Do you know what I mean? The monkey would be bored. I'd be loving it. I'd love to have a little monkey. Right? But what I'm saying is...
You really would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If you buy him a camera, he'd be happy again, wouldn't he?
Well... Yeah, but that's just it. You wouldn't get him it's like... If you can do other stuff, you don't want to do the boring stuff.
Forget the typing, forget the monkey's typing. Talk about this monkey that's a photographer.
No,
what
but we are in a way. I'm just saying that would be happier... Monkeys that have got nothing else to do, if they can't take pictures and that, and they can't go on chat rooms...
They're happy to sit in a room typing away for infinity, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But he's got maybe a little exhibition to put on.
Do you think...
Do you know that most chimps and apes and monkeys still actually just live in trees? These are in laboratories and zoos and things. You know that's not the norm. These monkeys walking around sort of chatting and riding bikes.
Yeah.
You know, that's not natural.
Exactly.
No, I know, but it's...
If you left a bike in the jungle and then came back a few years later, there wouldn't be monkeys riding around on it. And a book. If you left a bike with a book in the basket, right, and you went away for 10 years and you came back, there wouldn't be a whole new transport system and schools.
No.
They'd eat it. They'd throw it round and eat it.
Alright then, so what you're saying is you can't... You see, what I think is, right, and don't take this the wrong way in that, right, Stephen Hawking,
Yes.
right, now he had a bad illness. Now, I wonder if he'd be... I wonder if he'd be as bright as he is if he didn't have that.
Right.
Because he's had time to sit down, he's like, well, what can I do?
Yeah.
They've gone give him a book. And he read it. I like that. Give us another one.
Yes.
He's got a lot of time on his hands.
Yes.
Now, what I'm saying is, monkeys... Yeah,
Right.
This one here, Coco, which I think was a gorilla,
Right.
right? That wouldn't have been happy on a little keyboard, just doing that all
Typing
day,
away.
because it'd be going, well, I could be out taking pictures.
Sure.
Play a record!
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Play a record!
Yeah.
Done.
You're an idiot!
There it was. There's the catchphrase. Once more.
He is! He's an idiot!
Bit of monkey news that's been sent in.
Right.
Gareth in Catford.
Right.
Good work, Gare.
Basically, it's about this monkey
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
in the jungle.
Yeah.
It's got a gig at an hairdresser's.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
It's got itself a nice little job going in hairdressers.
As what?
It gets people sitting down, and what it does before the people have their hair cut, that it sort of sits there, and it goes through people's hair, makes sure it's clean, and people are loving it.
Right, backtrack
So it's a pet monkey. It's nothing to do with it getting a gig in an hairdresser's. It's a pet monkey.
It's not working at Monkey and Guy.
Yeah.
No, seriously, it's in there. I think it might have started off as a job, and then.
So what does it say? It says junior £15, stylist £35, monkey £63.
So I didn't quite follow. It's in the jungle.
It was wandering about.
Right.
Maybe it did
But
start
it looks good, its hair looks good, someone thought, hang
Yeah,
on.
but never ever, you see, people make that mistake with hairdressers anyway. I always say, well, if the hairdresser's got a good haircut, go to where he's going.
Right.
Right? Because that's what I thought when I read it, about having a good haircut.
How often
right?
do you go to the hairdressers?
Well, not that much anymore, but I used to always think that.
Yeah.
You used to go to a bloke who told me had his shack on a railway bridge that used to shake when a train went over.
Yeah.
Because it was £2.
Yeah, but before that, I've never had that much luck with hairdressers. Before that was another place, and it was run by sort of, you know, these sort of wannabe gangster type people.
Oh yeah.
But they'd, you know, you'd go in
What
for
do you mean by
haircut.
wannabe gangsters?
Well, sort of just petty crime stuff. You'd go in for a haircut and then you'd walk out with a video recorder. Do you know what I mean?
You
You'd
don't
say-
have to take it.
No, but they'd sort of spend ages flogging you that whilst cutting your hair. It was their thing. It's like, right, sit down, you alright?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Something
know.
for the weekend? What do you think of? Maybe a Sony. Yeah.
So that's when I stopped going there, because it was like, just what a haircut. I don't want to be hassled by
Which
stuff.
one said that you had the hair of a Chinaman?
It's the fella who works in a railway station haircut.
Well, he should
saloon.
know. I mean, he's been around a bit, clearly, if he runs a shack next to a railway station.
So,
Can we just go back to Monkey News for a second?
so anyway, that's why, yeah.
I didn't quite follow why he's still his salon is in the jungle, or where is it?
No, he was doing what he does in the jungle, right?
Right.
He's walking about, he wanders into the hairdressers.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't have him on, like, as a job straight away, he was just there,
He
and
was just
people said,
training,
this is
yeah.
nice. He's sat there picking the knits and
Carl, I don't know where to start.
Then-
it's just it's the embellishment. You don't he walked from a jungle to an hairdresser's. I mean, you're an idiot. You really are an idiot. I'd love to see you try and get a job in an hairdresser if there was another monkey up for it. You'd never get a job.
So he was good at that. People said this is relaxing. Apparently he had really nice hands, soothing,
Yes.
right, on people's heads. They said, let's put him on the payroll. So
Let's put him on the payroll. What do you mean?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay, this is the news item, is it? Customers are queuing up to have their hair done at a salon in the jungle
There you go.
by a monkey. Judy, a pig-tailed macaque, has a reputation as the best exterminator of head lice in Com Cane.
There you go.
She is so good, some customers fall asleep under her gentle touch. Regular Amporon Chekema said, Judy's hands are so soft and gentle, I really feel I can relax.
But you know that it's doing what it does naturally. It's looking for, like, salt and stuff in the hair.
Yeah.
And nits. It's not on the payroll. It doesn't complain about when it gets deducted at national insurance.
It's not part of the union.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But a good monkey news, you know, backed up with good tabloid journalism.
With solid
Yeah.
evidence there.
So
Now I think maybe we should start marking the monkey news, Rick. I don't know what you think, giving it marks out of 10 maybe. For both interest and validity.
well, for interest, I'll give it 7. For Carl believing that there was something to this monkey, thinking it had a job and getting paid.
That it was also doing kind of perms
2.
and colouring.
2.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Now what it is this monkey, right?
Yeah.
Don't know where it was. But there's a bit before the monkey anyway, right?
Jeez.
Is this, no, listen.
Shoot me.
Right? It's a bank. There's this bank, right? Busy bank. Normal day, everything's going normal, right? Busy bank, people going in, doing what they do, seeing about mortgages and stuff.
Yeah.
Everything's normal, everyone's happy, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, it's quite busy one day. Fella comes in with a gun and a balaclava on.
Up to no good.
Right, I'll tell you now, Carl. If this fella turns out to be any ape or monkey-related species, you're never doing this again. you are never... so just, if you want to finish it, it's at your own risk. But if this fella who robbed the bank turns out to be a chimpanzee, that's the end of Monkey News.
Alright.
Okay, let's hear the end. It's a lovely day in a lovely bank. Everyone's happy.
Everything's normal.
A man comes in the balaclava.
Man comes in.
Is it a man?
Starts waving a gun around.
Shut up, Rick. Let him finish the story.
Starts waving a gun around.
Yeah.
Right?
Up to no good.
So everyone's thinking, oh God, you know, wish you didn't come in here. It's not going to be a good day.
How tall is the man?
Shut up. Let's hear it.
Everything, you know, oh God, and he's telling everyone to get down on the floor.
Yep.
In what, in
thinking,
English? In English?
Yeah.
In English?
So?
Yeah.
So everyone's panicking, everyone's getting on the floor thinking this is it, this is, you know, it's all over.
Yeah.
Just when you think, you know, it's all bad news.
Yeah.
It's all bad news. Doors swing open. Little monkey wanders in.
God, it's worse.
Shut up, Rick.
Little monkey wanders in, right? The robber's like, what's going on here? He's telling it to get down on the floor. I don't think it was taking any notice.
No,
right?
it was just busy asking for coffee.
It runs in. I don't know if it was going to withdraw or deposit or whatever. It wanders in, right? Goes up to the robber.
Where did it come from?
Shut up. Will you let him finish the story and then ask questions? That's only fair.
Okay.
Wanders in. Runs up to the fellow with the gun. Takes the gun and the bag of money off him. Everyone's like, yay, you know, we've been saved. Then the monkey starts backing out with the gun and the money.
Shut up. Sit down and
I'm not having this.
And
Here's the end of the story.
It does a runner with the money and the gun. No one's seen it since.
You are an idiot. I mean, you have said some stupid things in your time. What are you talking about?
It's a story that happened.
No! What are you talking about? What do you mean it backed out? It came in, was it as an accomplice? Was it an opportunist monkey robbery? What are you talking? Think, Carl! Think!
I know it's mad, that's the idea of Monkey News. We're telling people how monkeys are pretty, you know, they're mental.
They're up to no good.
What do you think? They've never seen the monkey since. What, did he have a getaway car waiting? Did he swing his way to freedom? Where was this? There's no details. Don't talk rubbish.
Well, Steve emailed it in. He's got it off the net. And the funny thing is,
can I see it? Have you got the information there?
Yeah. The funny thing is, it wasn't just him who sent it. I had that a couple of times. So a few people obviously read the story and said, you know, that'll be good for Monkey News. It doesn't say anymore. It doesn't say if he went off to Spain. It doesn't say, you know, what, you know, if he's on Crime Watch.
Yeah.
It doesn't say any of that. It's just saying that's what he did. That's the story. And that's what Monkey News is about.
I've heard that they're making a movie version with Phil Collins. So I look forward to that and Julie Waters.
So that's this week's Monkey News. If you got any, you know,
Well,
anything
no, don't bother.
in your
'Cause that's the
town.
end. No, that is the end. That's the end of Monkey News. No more Monkey News.
Sorry, what was the Monkey News? Quickly.
No, we got to save Monkey News. We'll have to do that when we,
Is it quick? Is it quick? Going into the record.
What, the Monkey News, is it quick?
Yeah.
I can tell it to you quick.
Quick then.
Right.
Jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee that! Go.
Shambles.
Hurry up!
There's a monkey in India, right? On a, railway station. Waiting for the train. No, don't mess about, because I've got to get through it quick. There's monkeys sat there. And, this robber nicks somebody's handbag or something. Goes running off down the platform, the police are chasing them. Monkey steps in, trips the fella up, pins him down. Police come and arrest the fella.
He tripped over the monkey. Okay, play a record.
He didn't.
He tripped over the monkey.
The monkey was waiting for a train.
He tripped over.
Oh, chimpanzee that Monkey News, ya.
Right, well, this Monkey News story, right, it's about, this fella, a couple of fellas in Texas,
Yeah.
sort of running a farm.
Yeah.
Right?
They're definitely fellas. Well, how tall are they?
Can we just let him tell
Okay,
the
they
story?
aren't human beings. These two are human beings.
Time's against us.
They're
Rick.
running this farm and that, and, anyway, so they're outside getting the cattle, and he turns round, right?
It's just that cow's
couple of monkeys walking about. So he goes, what's going on? Right. So anyway, so it's in Texas. They don't know what to do with the monkeys. There isn't a zoo. It's fairly barren there, isn't it? You know what I mean? Not much going about. So the other fella who runs the farm with him says, look, we need a bit of an hand. Right? So, said, let's teach them some stuff, and the monkeys were happy with that, because they were lost anyway, right? So they had
They do. They were bumming around, they were looking for work.
They'd hired a motorhome, they'd got out of their way.
Maybe it's like the Hulk, they were like Bruce Banner wandering around going, I need some work. You won't get angry, will you?
So anyway, right, so they taught these monkeys how to ride a horse, right? So they've both got a...
Sorry, you're sure Charlton Heston's not going to pop up? You're sure you weren't watching a video last night and thought it was a documentary?
They've both got a horse each, right? They've been given, like, a little lasso and all that business.
Oh, don't talk shit, Carl.
So, anyway, it's going well, and it carried on for about 2 years, this, right? It's like, you know, rounding up the cattle every night and all that.
Yeah.
So, the two fellas are chatting, going, it's worked out well, hasn't it?
Right, if there's a hostile takeover, and they sort of like buy up 51% of the shares or something...
So it says, for this to continue, the monkeys are getting old a bit now, we need a little woman monkey in here to sort of get some kids going for, like, the future farm people,
Forward planning, yeah.
So they get a little woman monkey.
They decided to only hire monkeys from now then.
Why not? It's working. Why mess with something when it's not broke, right? So they get the little woman monkey in, they have kids and all that business, right? But the problem was, right, when they first got the woman monkey in, it was like, well, which one's gonna have the woman? Right? So, they started sort of fighting a bit and what have you. But because they'd seen the owners of the farm with, like, guns and stuff...
Don't tell me the baby monkeys didn't want to go into the family business, want enough to be a lawyer.
They had a bit of a shoot-off.
Shut up!
They got two monkeys, right? And
don't stop!
Because they'd seen the owners with guns and what have you.
No, that sounds...
So they had a bit of a shoot-off.
Yeah.
That's how they sorted it out.
And who won?
I think it was George. One called George.
Right.
So I think they had 17 kids. The farm's still running. So that's like the last little monkey news there. Good little happy ending to that one.
If you were to rub your nipple against his lips while I held him down.
Right, come off it now. Come on. No, I'm not doing it.
Bruce Springsteen, Thunder Road, last track on XFM's Ricky Steve. You can check this all out on the webcam.
I thought I got fingers.
Get his arm out of the way. Get the arm out of the way.
This happened on Scum.
Mary's dress away.
It's the big one. It's what people tune in for. They probably tune in about 10 to these days. For Monkey News. With, Karl Pilkington.
Can we hear the jingle?
Only 4 to go. Oh, Chimpanzee, that Monkey News.
Right, this one's about it's been emailed in to me.
Right.
I haven't really had time to check it out this week.
No, you're joking.
Been busy.
Ooh, I hope it's not stupid.
Goes back to 1908, and the person saying it's, you know, it's a good story and that, and they're surprised they haven't picked up on it yet. Right. The Olympics, right? In 1908 in London. Apparently it was meant to happen in Italy, but it was cancelled. Don't know why. Right, and it happened in London. Anyway, 400 metres. Right, it was meant to... there was a fella who was going to do the run, right, and the favourite to win it was this Bulgarian guy, right? It was like a newcomer.
Okay, there's a few things it cannot be. One, he injures himself, so a monkey steps in and wins. 2, he does a drugs test, it turns out that he is a monkey. So if it's either of those, right, I'm gonna go mad.
So anyway, so the fella, right, this favourite, everyone's putting the money on him, thinking, yeah, he's gonna do it, gonna...
Is he hairy? Is this bloke hairy?
So anyway, so the race happens.
Yeah.
And everybody's lined up, ready to run. And, you know, everyone's saying, yeah, he's gonna win, and suddenly, a bit of murmuring going on, people going, oh, what's going on here?
Right. He's eating a bananas.
And there's a fella in the lane next to him, right, he's going up, who's that? He doesn't look familiar.
Oh, Christ, Carl.
Keep going.
Right, doesn't look familiar, who's he? You know,
weird.
What's going on, what's going on, what's going on?
Yeah, what is it, Or who is it? I mean, not what is it?
So they go in, So they say, well, he might not be that any good. Do you know what I mean? He might not be good. He might. It's just
a bit short, and
doesn't matter.
he's only 3'6", and he's hunched over on his knuckles. So
I didn't realise it was fancy dress.
So
I don't think he's gonna be any good. No.
So the race starts.
Oh, he's putting his finger up his arse. That's weird for a runner to do that before a race. It's weird, isn't it? Yeah.
Race starts.
Yeah.
The fella that no one recognises wins it. People go, what's gone on here?
Yeah, sure.
Do you know what I mean? We had our money on the favourite. What's gone on? Who is this guy?
Yeah.
Anyway, he stood up there, right? He's looking well happy.
Yeah.
He's lifting the trophy and everything.
Right.
Right?
Long arms. That trophy's higher than...
So anyway...
He's only 3 foot, but the trophy's 9 foot in the air with those long arms. I'm suspicious. Go on.
They had the picture in the paper the next day.
Sure.
And everyone's going, yeah, he was fast and everything, but quite hairy for a runner.
Oh, I'll tell you
Come
what,
on,
Carl.
come on.
Quite
It's
hairy for a runner, because
ridiculous.
normally they shave themselves, don't they, to make them faster. And
No.
they're going, how did he manage it? It's really hairy and that. So anyway, he wins the stuff, he walks away with a cup. The people who are in charge of the running, or like the Olympic Committee, look further into it. Turns out it was a chimp.
Right, keep talking.
No, don't keep talking. Why
Shut up,
encourage him?
shut up. This is monkey news. If you can't handle the news...
It's news from 1909, and I haven't heard about a chimp winning the Olympics.
Right, be quiet.
What happened there, then?
400 metres, right? Now the thing is...
talk.
The annoying
Please,
thing was,
Ricky.
it took so long for the Olympic Committee, right, to find out that it was a monkey. It was going manic. It went into loads of races. It was picking up loads of like.
Oh, shut up!
It
Right?
became a celebrity. It was doing endorsements on TV.
Don't talk.
It said he managed to win the
Right.
same race 4 years later in Athens because
How did he get to
Well,
Athens?
it's a joke. They're winding you up, Carl.
weird.
It's not weird. It's
isn't
right. I do not believe it.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right, are you familiar with 100th monkey?
Keep
The what?
talking.
100th monkey?
100th.
Yeah, like as in like one more than 99.
100th.
Yeah.
The 100th monkey.
Yeah, are you familiar with that?
No.
No.
Uh,
Anyway, thanks. That was
Well,
monkey
we'll
news.
leave that
Next
then.
week, Adam and Jet. What do you mean you're going to leave that?
well, I thought it was a popular phrase or something.
What, 100th monkey?
Yeah.
What do you mean a popular phrase? What, why? What? Because you're going to do songs and phrase with it next week. We've said it was before, 100th monkey.
No, it's just it says the expression 100th monkey.
Well, do
it
it
tells
anyway.
where it
What's the
comes from.
story?
Well, it's from the 1950s, right?
Right.
And the way that they got it because they were following some monkeys about, right? And they started
Who was? Who was?
journalists
Oh, yeah, why?
Oh, yeah.
just to see what they're up to. and that.
Okay, so they're following some monkeys around, yeah.
What was it? What, a documentary?
Anyway, one of them
Come on!
Come on!
washed some potatoes.
Right, okay.
Right, let's leave that. Right, let's leave.
Wait a
Let's
minute,
leave that one.
wait,
Come on!
A monkey washing potatoes?
Can we leave that one?
No,
No!
you cannot. It's the
You've
last
got to do
monkey
it now. They're following a... What is it? Sort of like a family? Is it a family of monkeys or a...
It was just one chimp and it was washing a potato and he thought, that's a bit odd, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
it turns out that ended up teaching another monkey
Yeah.
how to wash a potato.
No, they do it. They go down and wash them in the sea because they like the taste of salt. And
The
it's,
weird
it's,
thing
it's,
is, though,
they
when
pass on.
it
go on.
got to the 100th monkey, right, even though it hadn't been taught how to wash a potato,
Yeah.
it automatically knew. It knew what to do.
I
What do
don't
you
know
mean?
you're talking
What do you
about.
mean?
It was in them. It was in them that they knew that when they get a potato, they had to wash it. That isn't the monkey news. I'm just saying that's where the expression come from, but you haven't even heard of that. So
Well, there's a couple of things there that it could be another upshot, and an instinct is part of your genetics and everything else.
Washing a potato.
But you can't pass on acquired characteristics, so that's nonsense. If you mean that someone was taught they had a child and it knew it, there's no chemical memory as such in.
That's what's
So
weird
that
about
wasn't
it,
even
that's
monkey
what's
news?
No, the monkey news. We've covered a lot of stuff. There was sad stuff, wasn't there?
Yeah.
There's some funny stuff in there.
Yeah. Do monkey
Playing
news.
robbers and that. Football team.
A monkey football team?
Yeah, in Costa Rica.
Oh, yeah.
Got all the team members here, right?
Right.
All the different things. Little goalkeeper. Apparently he's on transfers from some other club. But the bit that got my attention is, apparently he's a holder of PhD of physics. Do you want to have a look at that,
What,
Steve?
the goalkeeper?
Yeah, just the goalkeeper. The others haven't done that much.
The others haven't done that much. Well, I believe that he's got better exam results than you, Carl, but I don't believe he's got a PhD in physics. Obviously.
Do you know what the name of the team is? Coconuts.
Oh, so if the Telegraph are listening, that is the sort of quality entertainment you get.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news.
Right. There's this monkey, right?
Yeah.
And it had been, do you know you hear about monkeys being badly treated and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So, anyway, it goes into this home. It's 14, this monkey. It's called, Matty, right? Goes into this home where it's looked after.
What do you mean home?
Just like, just a little monkey home, right?
Okay, so zoo.
Yeah, kind of, yeah, but they haven't got any other monkeys there, right?
What have they got there?
They've got just other animals and that, but not that many monkeys. But anyway, because he's there on his own, again, you know...
When you say monkey, do you mean a chimpanzee, by the way? Because you usually do.
Yeah.
I can't believe that journalist thought this was scripted.
Amazing.
So anyway, yeah, so it gets sort of pally with the people working there and that, and it's smoking fags, it's having a drink at night and all this, right?
What do you mean it's having a drink at night? How?
It's all here, Steve. I mean, we haven't really got time, but...
Well, you know,
can look
don't
at
say
it.
it's all here like it's proof. You've got another stupid story that someone has put onto the internet. Someone sitting at home in their bedroom has put onto the internet.
So he's having a fag, he's drinking a lovely glass of Bang Rock Station.
Yeah, the wine that's perfect for a barbecue.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's loving life, it's forgetting about its past and everything, right? When this other monkey comes along,
Oh
Oh, no.
Trouble's brewing.
Go on.
right? That comes in, something's said. Right, forget it then. Forget it. No, forget it. You're gonna love this one, Steve,
Go on.
right? Yeah, so last week we were talking about how, like, a lad left his family because there was problems at home and that. He went and lived in the wood, he got airy, right?
No.
Leave it there, Rick. We haven't got time to go into
Right,
it.
so...
That's what happened.
And that's what happened, he lived with the monkeys, he went airy.
That's
Anyway,
what happened. That's what happened.
looked into some other stuff about, like, airy kids and all that.
Yeah.
Came across this story about a bloke, right, who worked in a zoo,
Oh dear.
right? So,
Trouble's brewing.
loving his job and that, but it's quite a lonely sort of job because you don't see many people, you're just dealing with animals all the time, right? So, anyway, he gets a bit pally with a monkey because it's the closest thing to a human.
Well, that ape is.
Right.
Yeah, but you can't really go that close to apes.
Well,
They're dangerous.
what do you mean? What type was it? What, do you
Just
mean it was
let
a
him tell the
Was it
story.
a chimpanzee?
I reckon it was a chimp, yeah. Yeah, it
Oh,
was
you
a
don't
chimp.
even know, so
It was
that's
a
an
chimp.
ape.
It was a
Okay.
chimp. Yeah, but it doesn't matter, does it?
So he
It's a
gets
story.
pally with him.
Right, so he gets pally with
What,
him.
do they go on
and
holiday together?
well, no, I mean, it starts
On the
off,
pool together?
starts off just checking each other out and, you know, probably sharing lunch and that together.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway, this goes on for a while, is, you know, they're getting on well on that. And then after a while, right, the monkey starts sort of imitating him a bit more and sort of walking upright,
Oh, God.
Yeah.
right? So he thinks, oh, that's a bit weird. Anyway, they get on really better and what have you, so he thinks he could live at home with me, this,
Yeah.
because we're getting on the storm,
Yeah.
right? So he takes him home, and before
Is
you
this
know
the
it...
beginning of Beneath the Planet of the Apes? I think it is. I think you've seen this on video.
I'm worried, because he's already imitating him and they're moving in together. I'm thinking it's maybe a bit like Single White Female. Single White Zookeeper.
Oh, brilliant.
Right, so
Go on.
anyway, so it's moving in, and it's getting used to sort of the normal human life. It's having a cup of tea in the morning.
Yeah. PG tips.
As a... it finishes the day off with
Oh, dear.
Finish the day off with what?
He
with
does,
a
he
little
doesn't have to
brandy.
move a piano at one point,
He
does he?
finishes the day off with a little brandy.
Yeah.
He pours himself a... Is he wearing a smoking jacket?
I'll tell you what, Carl. You're
Listen,
a maniac,
listen,
mate.
no, this is why it attracted me. It's amazing, right? So he's having his brandy and that, loving his life. Next thing you know, he sort of, I don't know if he loses it or he gets shaved, but the top half of his body is
Becomes
hairless,
hairless.
right? Apart from his head. right? So he's got a nice...
So it's the opposite of the kid.
Well,
Yeah.
this is what
well,
I'm saying.
that would happen.
Right.
Well, hang on, but so you don't know if
You
he
don't
was
even
shaved
know.
or if it
How
died?
did it say? Then the hairless. What?
I'll bring it in for you, the story, and then you
All right,
can
well,
see if
okay,
I've gone
keep
wrong.
going.
So anyway, so this is going on, and he's having a great life. Then the zookeeper starts getting a bit annoyed because he's having a better life than the zookeeper. The zookeeper's in the zoo.
This is such
So the
rubbish.
zookeeper's still got to do a day's work. The monkey's at home, he's partying.
Well,
he's
it
got
gets
his
to a
other
point when he
chipmates
says,
round.
there's no point you coming in to the zoo, because the whole reason of you being there was because you're being kept there.
Right.
And he didn't want to bring the memories back, so he said, you stay at home. So
You are you're talking such.
Just let him finish.
God, I don't know if I can sit here and listen to this drivel.
Let me. I'm fascinated.
it's
It
nearly
sounds
over anyway,
amazing.
right?
It sounds extraordinary. Carl.
So he's walking up, right? He's having a tea in the morning, finishing the day off with brandy. Gets a bit out of hand. Only tries it on with the zookeeper's wife.
Make him go away, Steve.
How does he do that?
Well, because he's around humans a lot, he becomes a bit of a charmer. And
But what is it that he could do to seduce her? Pick fleas out of her?
he didn't say.
He's
but
built. He was built.
Yeah, it's well done.
so what about
What do you mean? What about it, Carl? It's obviously not true. It's obviously not true.
that? This wasn't on the internet. This was in a book. So it's not a quick joke and just put it on a website. This is in a book.
I don't understand how.
I love that he becomes a charmer. He's got better taste in brandy.
Exactly.
And he, that
What
is-
was it that he was doing that seduced her?
I don't know. Maybe because he was at home more than the zookeeper was.
But what would he be doing, Carl?
the fact that-
He's not going to be talking with her. They're not going to be playing like Trivia Pursuit.
Maybe she liked the silent type. He didn't go into that. He just said that's when the trouble started.
Carl, play a record.
Alright.
Is that what Suzanne did when she brought you in?
Talking to the songbird yesterday.
Oh! What is it?
Chimpanzee that.
Oh yeah, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right, well, the last one of the year. It's not that good, but this is all that's been going on all week.
Yeah.
Little monkey. What happened is, it's this plane, right? Aeroflot, I think it is, Russian airline. Having a good flight, everything's going normal and that.
This is gonna be libelous. The pilot. Sorry, I mustn't interrupt my son. How tall was the pilot on this flight?
Okay, listen, we've had a few complaints. People saying, don't interrupt monkey
Steve.
news.
Okay.
Don't interrupt
Okay,
monkey
I
news.
won't
halfway
then.
through. It's like the
Okay.
weather girl complaining whilst Trevor McDonald's doing.
Okay, alright. Go on
Right.
then. Go on then.
Alright, so, the flight's going well. Food's been served and all the rest of it. Anyway, someone gets upset about not having many nuts.
Right, they've not got enough nuts.
They hand the nuts out and that. One of the sort of passengers is going mental. Because it's like,
What's he saying?
He's just
What
going
language
mad.
is he talking though? Is he Russian or English?
So anyway, there's a bit of a fight going on. Fight starts happening. People are going, "What's up with that little fella?" Right?
The little hairy bloke.
So they sort of drag him.
What's wrong with Bob Hoskins? And why is he screaming? Why isn't he talking in his usual Cockney accent? Why is Bob Hoskins screaming and grabbing at nuts?
So you've ruined it. Now, right?
Come on,
Forget it.
What have I ruined?
Right, Rick, turn his microphone off. We
Okay,
can't interrupt
right.
you.
Right. So anyway, so there's a fight going on. Nuts are going everywhere. Right. So anyway, so they manage to tie him down. They get him on the floor, tie his legs up and that. Right.
His little legs.
Get him to the. Get him.
Come on, come
See you
on.
later. Have a good Christmas.
No! Carl, how dare you! Finish the story.
All that happened is they got back. It turned out that he shouldn't have been on the plane anyway.
Why?
His passport wasn't valid.
Right.
And you can't cause problems on planes and that. So he got put in a cell for a bit. Turned out it was a little monkey. Alright?
Quick question, how did he complain about the shortage of nuts?
Yeah.
He just was going mental.
Right, he didn't actually call over a stewardess, he just...
Well,
wanted to-
how did he get on the plane in the first place? What ticket did he have?
Have a good Christmas and that.
But you
yeah?
know it's rubbish. You
See
must
you
know
later.
that's rubbish.
All
You
the
must
best.
know that's rubbish.
All the best.
You must know that's rubbish.
Where was he going?
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right. Right, they were filming a documentary, right, this telly company.
Yeah.
doing a documentary.
Who? Which one? Which one? Which one?
Don't know.
No, what was the documentary about?
About monkeys.
Yeah. Where was it? Where was it?
Africa.
Right. When was this?
I haven't got a date.
Okay. Recently though, since the advent of television, obviously.
Yeah. Actually, a bit of extra monkey news if you want it.
Okay, always.
Do you know the,
Monkey News Extra. Go on.
do you know the Halfords ads?
Halfords ads? I don't think so, no. What happens?
Halfords, they've, you know, they sell nuts and bolts and stuff.
Right.
They were using monkeys in the ads.
Okay. Yeah. And what happened?
Packet?
Don't they sell bikes, Halfords?
Well, mainly.
Bicycles and motorbike stuff in that. Okay, so, yeah, so they're using monkeys in the advert. What happened?
I can't handle it.
What?
I can't do this. Look at
What?
him. Look at him.
I don't care what he's doing.
Well, basically, right, they've, there was a load of hassle because they were using these monkeys in this Halfords advert.
Yes.
Right.
And what happened? Get to the point.
It turned out it wasn't a problem because they were mechanics in the first place.
Well, they were monkey mechanics.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Mental.
What are you talking about? That's not a story.
Well, anyway, listen, let's get back on
They were
to
mechanics in the first place.
Right, listen. Right, so they're making this documentary. Right. And they stumble across a little gang of little gang.
Come on, just.
Get on with it, please.
Little gang of monkeys. That's
Yes.
the first time I've ever laughed. I'll hear that.
I know. Well, brilliant. What do you want? A cake? Come on.
Can we play a song?
Oh, I don't understand what is wrong with you, you freak.
It's making me laugh.
Just tell us the story.
All right then. All right. So anyway, right. So there's this documentary being made. They found a little gang of monkeys.
Right, play a song. I don't know what's going on here. I apologise. This is if you were looking forward to Monkey.
Stand head in hand, turn my face to
Got a hide your love away. According to the Beatles on XFM 104.9, I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant. Right, Carl, come on.
where
Monkey
were we?
News.
Where
Everyone's composed. The jingle, please.
Oh, Chimpanzee that Monkey News.
Excellent. Okay.
Right, where were we?
We would just start again. There's some people making a documentary.
For what? Okay.
Making a documentary in the jungle and that.
Right.
Stumble across a little gang.
Okay, come on.
All right.
A little gang of monkeys.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
So the camera crew are there filming it.
Yes.
Everything's going normal.
It's all fun,
Nothing odd about it.
Okay. They're not running a restaurant, they've not got any barber shops, nothing.
No.
Just regular monkeys going about their business, yeah.
So anyway, what normally happens is the monkeys sleep with the partner.
They normally do what?
They don't sort of sleep around in that. Once they find the girlfriend or the boyfriend or whatever,
Yeah.
they stick with them, right?
Okay.
But anyway, they were watching this one, right? And it's going around a bit, sleeping around,
Oi, oi.
and it was getting fatter. They thought this is a bit odd,
Yeah.
right? So followed it round and see it having it away. Turns out, little prostitute.
Oh, God!
It's a little monkey prostitute.
And it was getting fatter because it was charging them bananas.
What a load of old rubbish.
It's charging them bananas! What was it, a boy or... It was a...
Woman. Little woman monkey.
That's the most extraordinary monkey news I've ever heard.
Oh! That is genius!
Has this documentary been televised?
I don't think it's been on yet.
No.
And that's all the information you've got?
Yeah.
And is that's one banana for everything?
The half a banana is for...
Just oral.
A poor job.
Right.
If you want full-blown, monkeys, it is 2.5 bananas.
Sure.
So,
Let's just play a song.
Quickly.
Go on then.
Oh, Chimpanzee that Monkey News!
Right, it's about a monkey.
2004.
It's about this woman monkey who was born in 1834. Right? half monkey, half woman.
No. Not true.
It happened, apparently. It was
Impossible.
it was in the Daily Mail. Right?
Okay.
The Victorian ape woman was her name.
Yeah, I christen this thing Victorian Ape Woman. Well, we thought Sandra. No, I'm calling it Victorian Ape Woman.
She was about 4 foot.
No, didn't happen.
She had lovely thick black hair on her head and on the back of her legs and on her arms.
Yeah.
Alright.
Save stockings.
Let's have a look.
And she didn't need a bustle because of a huge ape-like arse sticking out the back of her dress.
She was good at reading and sewing.
Well, good, because they didn't have opposable thumbs, so,
she could speak 3 languages.
Yes.
She was
Human, monkey, and monkey-human.
20 offers of marriage. Does that annoy you, Steve?
Absolute twaddle.
Alright, well,
That more rubbish than your soul weighing an ounce.
Let's leave
A
it there.
Victorian monkey
Let's
woman.
leave it there, then.
See you next week with some more twaddle.
I was worried we wouldn't have the old magic in 2004, but we're still talking. Merry New Year.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news, yeah.
Oh, there isn't. I've been away, haven't I?
There's been no monkey news. You can't get...
No, but I haven't had a proper chance to sort of, you know...
Carl, your monkey news is of spurious tales from the 17th century sometimes. So let's have one of those.
No, it's
let's
just
have a
so
monkey who dressed as Zorro and they thought he was a woodsman, but when they took his head off, he was a 4-foot hairy chimp. Let's have one of those ridiculous stories.
Well, we've done that, though. But, do you want to go back on some of the ones?
Oh, what is the monkey news? There must have been some monkey news this week.
The only thing that sort of stood out, do you know, like, they're having problems...
You're just making this up. Where's your information? Where's the piece of paper? Where's the document? What is this?
Because I've been away, so I haven't got anything.
Let's just hear.
But it's bad enough when he's reading it, he gets it wrong. When he's just riffing, it's going to be absolute twaddle.
Let's hear it out.
Right, do you know, like, they're having problems getting new people to be policemen?
Oh.
Go on.
They've, in America, they're taking them on to sort of join the SWAT team.
They've taken what on?
Some little monkeys.
Okay.
Giving them walkie-talkies and all that. And,
well, they can't talk.
They're just walkies.
They don't have to...
Yeah, giving them some walkies. What do you mean? What was...
being given commands and that. And, they
What, so it's one way? They tell them, they've got the little thing strapped to them.
They're good at, like, getting into small, small places and that, and sort of, you know, cracking stuff and all that. Like I say, it's just half a story I just picked up on.
That's not a story!
Well, what do you want?
Monkey news! Okay, so monkey news, please.
Alright, then.
Let's hear the jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news.
Right. Now, before
and again.
Go on.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news.
Brilliant.
Alright?
Right, before I went away, I told you about Alfred. He was the monkey where there was a robbery going on in a bank.
And then he nicked the robber's loot and backed out with a gun.
Yeah,
He sort of stole, he robbed the robber, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did he take his gun as well?
He
Did
took
he
the weapons, he took all the weapons. There was like a couple of robbers. He managed, because they were so amazed that a monkey was coming in, it was like...
Don't talk twice.
Right.
Anyway, got a follow-up to that.
Okay, now what was that monkey's name?
Alfred.
That was Alfred.
So anyway, because a lot of people wanted to know, well, you know, what did he do? Did he go off and have a holiday? Did he... No. Right, so the follow-up is, what happened is, the monkey had the guns, had the cash, which was $250,000.
Sure.
Right? It went back to the zoo. Right?
Right, Carl, you're talking
Ricky, I get angry with you when you won't let him finish his monkey news.
Can't we just get out the official
Imagine
thing?
if people were interrupting Trevor McDonald. It wouldn't happen.
I want to make sure I don't get anything wrong.
No, of course not.
So
yeah.
check the internet.
So, the monkey goes back to the zoo, right, where all the zookeepers come out and go, get him. He's got the guns.
Yeah.
He hands out a couple of guns to his mates.
What? His monkey mates?
His monkey mates, so they've all got a couple of guns each.
Oh, Carl, Steve, I can't, mate. I cannot
Just,
stand
let
it.
me-
Honestly, I want to scream.
Please, I really get annoyed with you.
They tried to do him a deal. They said, how about if...
I'm going. Tell him that. I'm
Right.
not going. No, I can't.
Step out for a minute.
Okay, we'll just do it.
Look, don't listen, step out and I'll paraphrase what I hear for you when you come back in. Step out. Now, please, I need to hear the end of this.
listen out,
This
yeah.
is monkey news. This is important stuff.
Right.
Right, Ricky now has left the room. He cannot bear to hear, which is surprising to me.
Right, so anyway, so yeah, they've got the money, and they say to the zookeepers, how about, we give you some cash?
Yes.
And they go,
Sorry, hang on. Sorry, the zookeeper said that to the monkeys.
yeah.
Right.
No, the monkeys who have got the £250,000
Right.
say to the zookeepers, we'll sort you some money out if you let us go.
Sorry,
Right.
the monkeys say to the zookeepers, we'll give you some money.
Yeah.
You don't see any problem with that?
Right, listen.
Okay.
It's nearly finished.
Right, I'm listening out there. This is ridiculous. What do you mean the monkeys say? What do you mean the monkeys say to the zookeeper?
They were probably holding the money out, like, kind of going, look, we'll do your deal.
Right, okay, come on.
And what happened is, I think they were happy with that. I think they left, and that was that. They wanted to get out of the zoo because they didn't like it in there. There's the thing.
Right, I don't...
Just have a look.
Right, Carl, think. Right, how did they get out in the first place, this one?
Just let Steve have a...
So why did he go... So he went and robbed... He thought... what, he knew there was going to be a robbery that day, did he?
He might have been getting some money before they went to escape, and then that happened, and they had more money. They might have been withdrawing some stuff out.
What do you mean? No.
If he was planning on leaving the zoo, he's going to get his savings.
What are you talking about?
What have you read there, Steve?
I've got a feeling this is a review of one of the Planet of the Apes films. I think it's Escape from the Planet of the Apes. I'm not certain. It could be Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Right, what... I mean, Carl, think. Please think, right? So this monkey, right, he leaves the zoo, right? So he leaves the zoo, which he can do, presumably what? They leave him the keys or what? They're chatting to him, they might as well. He goes to a bank. What's he thinking of doing? Sees a robbery, probably by chance. He probably wasn't tipped off, was he? Or has he got one of those police scanners? Probably got one of those police scanners.
Well, I think he was going to the bank to get a mortgage to build slightly. I think he wanted an extension, didn't he, on his cage?
Think of that. And so I love the fact that he hands out the guns and they do a deal. It's honestly, you've got the best mind working on radio today. It's incredible.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news.
There's been quite a lot of stuff going on. There was a few bits in that Guinness Book of Records book that cost me 20 quid.
Yeah, well, that's not news, is it? They printed that probably last September.
No,
so that's
there's one in there.
New music. New monkey news from last September.
you're a lord.
Come on.
Waster.
Please, Ricky. Monkey news.
Right, there was this monkey in a zoo in Brazil.
Right.
Right. And there's a little man monkey, a little woman monkey. And
You're a scientist, aren't you? Go on.
and they said the people in charge were like, oh, wouldn't it be good if they had kids?
Brilliant.
Right. So anyway, the chimps used to stand sort of, they'd have their little caves each, and they used to sort of lean on the fence having a bit of a chat and stuff with each other. Right? Well,
Just gossiping, yeah, gossiping.
the equivalent sort of thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, they were getting on a storm, and like the zookeepers were like,
Can you hear that cheapest chimps this week? Okay, it was fascinating. Yeah, just gossiping, I understand.
so
What's any monkey news? I don't know, let's tune in.
What was monkey news this week?
Go on. It was from last September.
so they were stood there having a chat, and the zookeepers were like, I wonder if they're ever gonna have kids and that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it went on for ages. This just chatting, no sort of action.
Blimey.
So what the zookeepers did was, they said, I know they'll have kids.
Are we letting that go? They were just chatting. Are we just letting that go?
We're letting it
You
go.
know what I mean? I mean, just doing whatever monkeys do.
Okay.
Right? So, so the zookeepers were like, yeah, I wonder when they're gonna, have some kids.
Yeah.
Anyway, what they decided to do, to sort of do to egg them on,
Yeah.
bought one of them a suit, one a wedding dress.
Right.
Keep going!
No, I'm not having
Shut up, Gervais. Fade him down if he's going to interrupt. I want to hear the rest of this.
They got married.
So they got married?
Yeah, they got married.
Right.
What? That's the end of it!
That's...
This is why I don't... Right, that's the end of Monkey News. That's the end of Monkey News. Don't do that again. You've got no features left.
Why don't you like that?
Well, it's just not a story! It's about two chimps chatting, which doesn't happen. The zookeeper's going, I wonder if they're going to ever have kids. Egg them on. They got married. That's the end of the story. What are you talking about?
Hang on, just calm down. Let me just check that you didn't make a mistake there and didn't lose out.
What do you mean you didn't make a mistake?
Wait a minute, he may have just left out a fundamental piece of information.
What,
that
the
would-
story?
That would have made it into a story.
Right.
Let me just check the facts. So they bought them wedding outfits. They were married. Did they propose to each other, or were they just forcibly
Don't
married?
encourage
just
him.
forced onto
And
it.
then what was the outcome? Once they got married, what happened? They fell in love?
Yeah.
What?
Whoa.
It's not a marriage, Carl.
Be quiet.
It's not a real marriage. I don't know what you've got in your head. It's like the head of Homer Simpson. I'd go in there and there'd be a wedding reception and there'd be a couple of fights and they'd be talking about stuff.
They got married. They fell in love. Did they have children?
They're not back off the honeymoon yet.
Play a record. You got no features left. Have you got anything interesting about a monkey or an ape so we can do chimpanzee that?
I know something that a lot of other people will know, but I'll
Well, let's do it then.
What's it called again?
Where should we do a jingle?
Well, do a little jingle for us then.
Oh, chimpanzee that!
Brilliant. That's great.
Right.
So I look forward to that every week.
Yeah.
And what's
Go on,
your
what's the
interesting
interesting
chimp fact?
Right, it's about this monkey ages ago.
Of course.
Don't know where it happened.
17th century?
I think it was a chimp. Right. Got caught having a fag. You know it.
What do you mean, do I know it? Oh, narrow it down. Loads of chimps are caught with woodbines.
Right.
You
it was
got
having-
caught having a fag.
So it was sent to court. And
Was it underage?
it was
And it got someone to go into the newsagent forum.
Did he get a bigger gorilla
Yeah,
to
got
go
a
into the
bigger
newsagent
gorilla.
to get 20 Rothmans?
it ended up doing time. Because it was
Go
smoking
back a minute.
sugar.
Wait a minute.
Well, I mean-
Whoa.
No, I don't know that's as much as I know, so there's no point questioning.
That is as much as you know, isn't it? Quite literally.
Sorry, but why did he go to prison?
It's against the law to have a monkey having a fag wherever.
In a built-up area. What are you talking about? It's against the law for a monkey to have a fag. What if it got it himself? Even if it just... What about if it earned it himself, just like moving tyres round or mucking out
honestly.
the zebras?
I don't know the full story. That's
You don't know the full story, do you?
But do you think?
You never do,
Because I
do you?
presume it was a monkey from a zoo, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it'd be fed up, though? Because in a way, it's home from home, isn't it? When I read it, I didn't think it was that bad because I just
Carl,
thought, well,
they don't put monkeys in prison.
They didn't put the monkey in the prison.
They're overcrowded. They haven't got the space.
Well, I'll find it and give you the where I got it from, and you
Chopper Harris was furious because the monkey got the top bunk.
Yeah.
can I just
And
read it?
he did. Okay, then. Oh, chimpanzee that. Another one next week.
I don't think so.
Oh, chimpanzee that. Monkey news.
Right, there's this card game going on, right? in the a big hotel in Vegas,
Right.
The Luxor Hotel in Vegas.
Yeah.
There's a major card game. All the big players and that
Sure.
were involved. Right, they're all invited. Anyway, so they all meet up in this dark room at the back of the.
Oh, there we go. Dark room. Hairy fella. It was brilliant at poker.
Like I say, it's a big game, and that everyone's been waiting for it. So it's played in the back room, not in the main entrance bit, right? So anyway, like I say, it's dark in there and what have you, and the players went in. There was already someone sat in there, right?
Right.
But they
Short bloke?
couldn't quite see
Was he
him.
a short, hairy bloke with slightly longer arms than legs?
Couldn't see him.
Where
because
is where his arms slightly longer than his legs?
couldn't see
Strangely
him with it
enough.
being dark
Was
and
he
what have you.
holding his hand of cards with his feet?
Anyway, So the cards were dealt, right? Cards were dealt, games going on.
His cards with his feet!
Game went on for hours, right?
No one's listening. The terrible thing is that not even we're listening to Carl now.
I know.
Literally no one is listening
It's so
to Carl.
insulting.
There was a lot of smoking going on.
It's going on.
A lot of eating and nuts going on. That was a bit weird because they don't normally get through as many, but for this night. So, come on, let's just play Bruce.
Goodbye, everybody.
See you maybe Christmas time.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Okay, monkey-related news from Karl Pilkington.
Right, do you know the monkey that went into space?
Yeah.
Yep.
It happened in 1958.
Right.
Now you know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did he do next?
What
did he
did the
do
monkey do next?
Yeah.
One appearance on Celebrity Squares and it was like forgotten.
Right.
Yeah, cut a novelty record.
Yeah, just like Rick Waller.
I'll tell you what happened. He got back and all that.
He got back. Heroes welcome.
NASA sort of said, you know, you did a good job. And that's where a lot of people think, you know, it all ended.
Sure.
Yeah.
But NASA were like, well, hang on a minute. We spent a lot of time, we've trained him up and stuff. So he's like, you know, he's saying, sure, you know, I've learnt a lot, I've still got it all, I've kept it all, I know what to do. So they said, right, we'll use you. So he turned into, like, a bit of a trainer at NASA.
We want to send you out on the top of an organ.
yeah. Put on this little bellhop outfit.
Could you smoke fags?
Yeah.
I'll have a go.
So they were getting in new monkeys. You know, the main man at NASA was saying, can you teach us the same? He's going, of course I can. Do you know what I mean? I remember it all, I know what's going on, I'll tell them what button to press, what to do in emergencies, that sort of thing. It was technically sort of employed by the army.
Right,
Because that's
can I just fit in here? I don't know the story, Carl, and I might embarrass myself here. You've got an army of people out there that will probably send me an equally deranged email from a different website, but I'm pretty sure when they sent the monkey into space, it was to monitor his physiology. He didn't press any buttons or learn to dock or take off. It was just the effects of weightlessness and space on basically a primate. I'm pretty sure he was tied in with electrodes to his head. So, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I could be proved.
But even if that were the case, and he had learnt to press one or two very basic buttons.
Definitely not. Definitely
But
not.
even if it were the case, I'm pretty certain they wouldn't have brought him back to train up Neil Armstrong.
Right, definitely. Go on. Then.
Going, Neil, what are you going to say when you come out there?
Yeah.
I was thinking of just saying, hello, I'm on the moon.
Hello, it's made of cheese. Don't say that.
Don't
What
say
about? I've noticed that you got little legs,
Yeah.
right? But mankind stepped forward. Well, how could I put that?
I was just going to say, hello, I'm on the moon, it's great to be here, wish you were here.
I've got to think so
Hi,
better than that.
Mum.
Yeah, go on.
Anyway, basically he got back, they sorted him out with a nice pension, he was happy. Because of, like, the rank that he got, he was like, you know, he had loads of medals and stuff. He said, right, we'll make him a colonel. He got that. Like I say, he got a pension. How does it end? He died in 1969. He was buried with his wife. He passed away.
His wife. I'm sure it just goes on to a different website about something completely different. And
Yeah,
it's
you're
just
talking about Buzz Aldrin.
yeah. His page is missing. Oh dear.
So,
Well, Carl, if someone could call in, did they train Leica the dog to sort of like, you know, dock and
He never made
re-entry?
it back, did he, like it?
we'll
They
find
didn't
out.
bother.
We'll find
They
out next
didn't
week.
even bother.
Didn't bother to bring him
They
back.
just sent him up there, and they didn't have technology to bring him back, and they just went, yeah, that's brilliant. Well, I can do that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Really?
Yeah. What do you think of that, Carl? Rubbish, isn't it?
Sort of brought it down a bit. But
But the little monkey made a colonel. Hero. Big hero. What was he in? What craft was he in? Sputnik.
just hang on a minute. He was in Jupiter AM.
Yeah.
Let me see that piece of paper. Let
Yeah.
me check the
I
thing.
can guarantee there's nothing there about his training other than let's hope he's not sick on the control panel when we shoot him up at 400 Gs. Oh dear. I love the fact that you think that this monkey was a high. Do you know what I mean? Do you, when you think of these things that are less in the monkey's face, do you think of the Planet of the Apes? Like they're sort of talking, sort of chimps and gorillas, and they're in tunics on horseback with snub-nosed rifles. What do you think of?
Just a little monkey getting on with it. He knows his job, he knows what he's got to do, he gets on with it.
Look, he's pressed the button. Watch him press the button. This takes me back. Do you remember 1965, I think it was?
We're going to use him to train other DJs.
That's it then.
Goodbye.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news!
Excellent. So, monkey news time on XFM. Karl Pilkington, the man in the hot seat. Karl, what have you got for us?
Okay, monkey news this week. We've covered a lot of stuff.
We have indeed.
Now, do you know, like, there's places where you can go for, like, weekend rests and stuff,
Sure.
and you relax, you sit in a little spa, you might have a swim and stuff. Well, they've got a place done for monkeys.
Of course they have.
Right, they can go there, they relax, forget about all the stuff they've got going on in their head. They can have a manicure,
Right.
got nice meals,
It's not called a manicure though, it's called a chimpacure.
beauty
them.
treatments.
Yeah.
Right, they look good and stuff.
Yeah, well, look good, feel good, yeah.
Now, you might think, well, that's pretty normal.
Well,
The bit I haven't told you about is it's actually run by a couple of chimps.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! You're a maniac!
right.
Oh, for Christ! Oh.
Let's just...
It's like coming a chimp.
Let's just...
Of course it's not.
No, it is, because think about it, right?
No, not think about it. What do you mean? Yes, it is. Of course, it's not run by a couple of chimps. What do they do? Get a loan?
Right, if a chimp wants
Yeah.
to have a rest,
Yeah.
where would you go to? A place that's run by humans that don't know what chimps' needs are?
No. My point is this: how did they get it together? How did two chimps, Mr. and Mrs. Chimp, went for a loan and said, "I'll tell you what we need: a spa."
I think it started off quite simple, right? Just you know, basic stuff.
But they've expanded over time because it's become so popular.
It's gone mental down there.
Sure.
Go! I
They've all
don't
heard
know.
about it. Now, the thing is, the problem is this, right? That isn't even the top and bottom of it, right?
Christ!
The problem is, it's been going on and on and on, right? It's been earning a lot of money and stuff. The monkeys are happy. The monkeys that go there are loving it. They're telling friends and stuff. They're all coming to it. Now, the problem is, it's this little monkey, little man monkey and a little woman monkey, right?
Yeah.
They were sort of girlfriend and boyfriend.
Sort of. It's an open relationship, they can play around if they
Well,
want.
the problem is they're not married, right? Now,
Trouble brewing.
the lad monkey, fella monkey, he's getting quite old.
Mm.
And the problem is, because it's his name that's down on all the stuff.
Carl,
all the forms.
actually,
Let him
I don't-
finish.
I'm getting scared now.
Let him finish.
It's his name on the business, and the problem is his missus is kind of like, what's going to happen?
Sure.
What
If
are
he
you getting this?
passes
Where are you
away.
getting this from?
Internet.
Carl, I don't know where to start.
No.
This is the.
Can we
this
just
is
hear
the-
the end?
This is ridiculous.
So the problem is, the
Female
girl-
monkey is worried that the male monkey
she's worried.
is
What's
going to
going to
die.
happen? What's going to
and
happen with the
gonna
business? What's going to happen?
Of course.
Right now,
What do you mean the business?
the health
There isn't
spa,
a business. It's a joke.
Health
Rick,
spa.
you're not listening. His name's on the form. The male monkey's name, it's in his name.
Now the problem is,
Oh,
the woman monkey has got some kids, but because they're not blood relatives, it's not going to be handed down to them. And the
What,
courts,
they're kids from a previous monkey marriage?
yeah,
Right.
so that they're not going to get it. Let me just check this out.
Yeah, otherwise you don't want to check the facts, otherwise
Yeah.
you could look like a twat spouting shit on the radio. Please check the facts for scientific
And
security.
they're just a bit worried because they're saying that the people in Ohio, which is where they've got the little health thing going on.
So that makes it more believable that it's Ohio. I thought you meant it was Berkshire, in which case it would be rubbish.
It looks like the local people are trying to get in there. They've seen the success of it.
Sure.
And they're
They want a
trying
piece
to
of
go in and
action.
take it over and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Give me the piece of paper.
Throw it away. Play a record. That's the worst one I've ever heard. And there's something wrong with you.
Play the jingle.
Okay. Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
right.
Come on. Come on.
Should be ready, Carl.
That's
we've
amazing,
done-
isn't it? It's like, Nicholas Witchell. The bomb. No, that's not the first. Come on!
No, but it's always difficult, innit, to sort of find something that's good each week, right? Last week, we did the chimp.
It is for us, yeah.
We had the chimps who were running a health spa,
Yeah.
right? We've covered the one who nicked a car to go on to Spain
Yep.
to
Wow.
sort his future out.
All shite.
The hairdresser, I think we've done that one, the little monkey hairdresser. This week, we're looking at monkeys, that they're using. Do you know, like monkeys? They know how, like.
I've lost the will to live, Steve.
Oh, well, I don't want to do it. Right?
Well, come on, just come on.
What are monkeys good at?
What are monkeys good at?
Yeah.
Well, running small businesses, cutting people's hair, and driving cars.
Yeah, they love Spain.
Oh, and foiling bank robberies.
Yeah, they're great.
Well, something else they're good at, right, is like weighing up the situation.
Oh God!
If you stick them in like a field with loads of like obstacles on it, right? They're good at sort of, I can get over that, and I climb over that, I'll swing from there to there, that sort of thing, right?
Okay.
So the people in charge of somewhere have thought,
Somewhere.
Come on.
I've thought we can use that skill, right? And what they've done is they've got a load of little monkeys, right? They've given them an IQ test,
Yeah.
and the ones that score above 80, right?
Get to produce this show next week.
Join the army.
Right. How do they join the army and what do they do?
They just, what they do is they set little obstacle courses up for them, they do that, they do a cross-country run, they do, the IQ
cross-country
test.
run?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, once they've done all that, they make them a little uniform, made to measure little uniform.
Slightly longer arms, shorter legs than usual. Yeah.
Yeah. And, basically then they taught how to use a gun and that sort of thing.
Yeah, of course they are. You're talking rubbish again.
This came through literally, pretty late on, so
So you've not had a chance to corroborate all the facts, as usual.
just have a look.
Right. It's the bit I'm looking for is, well, A, why are they doing it? Why are they doing it?
Yeah.
Why do we need monkeys in the army? And secondly, why are we giving them guns? I'll
Yeah.
just check to see if any of that
I love
information
that
is
we
answered.
only let gays in recently.
Yeah. Yep. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
Just have a look.
I can't read it. There's too much pressure. I
Well, it's
need to-
rubbish.
maybe
Just
play
have a.
But it's rubbish. They don't get. It's the way that there are things. There are animal cores, right? There are horses. There are dolphins, sea lions. There are lots and lots of animals in the army, but they don't have to pass an obstacle test as such, and they're not taught to fire guns.
We'll
You
see.
straight away assume that there's going to be loads of squads of men and then just one little monkey in the middle. Like, he came second on the test. He's in, boys.
What do you think, Steve? You've read it?
Well, as ever, Carl, this is an arbitrary email sent by one of our listeners. You know what Ricky and I think of them. and so we're not really basing this on hard evidence. We're basing it on the ramblings of one of our listeners.
Rubbish. Once again, lazy, rubbish, uncorroborated, nonsense. The stupid test that you got wrong.
Rick, that sounds like monkey news to me. Let's cue up the jingle.
Hang on. Alright?
Perfect.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right. Let's have a look. This one's from some woman, right?
Yeah.
And she was taking part in the London to Brighton bike ride. Right. Lovely day, weather's good and everything.
What year?
She's, just a couple of months ago. She's done all the training, right? Done all the training and stuff. Got a brand new bike for it, got a little puncher outfit and stuff, all set for the day, right? It's a nice day, she sets off, they all start pedalling and that on the way to Brighton, right? So she knows the route and that, got her little headphones on, cycling along. Suddenly...
Right, okay, I'm gonna stop you now. If a cyclist overtakes her, and it's going really fast and it's sort of hunched over, but it's got, like, lots of cycling gear on and a helmet and goggles, and they can't tell what it is, but they just know it's like a little hairy fella who hasn't bothered shaving his legs, which is weird, isn't it? Because cyclists usually shave their legs, and this bloke had really hairy legs. But and it won. They gave it the medal. It won 3 years running. They gave it the key to the city. It had its own game show, and then someone said, "Hold on, though, this fella's all hunched over, and he's only 3'5", and his arms are longer than his body. It's a chimp. If it goes anywhere near that, we're never doing it again."
More monkey news next week.
She's cycling
So
along.
anyway, she's cycling along, right? And, this tricycle...
I couldn't predict that.
There's always one element you can never anticipate.
Yeah. Got a kiddie's tricycle with a little kid on it, little hairy kid with a helmet. Okay, just go on then.
The tricycle comes
Whizzing past, yeah.
him.
Strong legs, don't they, chimps?
So she's thinking but didn't get a chance to see the thing.
Oh, yeah, couldn't quite see the cyclist. Oh, God! You bald mank git. Go on. Yeah, research scientist Karl Pilkington.
So anyway, she gets to the end line, right? And, they got talking, that said it was a nice day, nice race and all that. He said, "Did you see, a little thing on a tricycle?"
Thing? Well, a person, surely, just a human. Did you see that? No. Did you see that bloke on the tricycle?
So anyway, turns out...
Tricycle.
Yeah! Well, what did you say thing? Well, no, there's no suspicious. I mean, why didn't you say, did you see that fella on a tricycle?
Anyway, so it turns out...
Go on.
It was a chimp.
You're joking!
Right.
Well, Christ almighty, there you go. Unbelievable, and it was a chimp all along.
So anyway, right, so the woman's like,
We're never doing this again.
checking out the news, right? There's nothing on it. She checks out XFM Monkey News.
Right, okay, I'm gonna
I
stop
don't
you there
mention
again.
it.
Right? If it turns out she doesn't lose, right, and the circus goes, "We're looking for our chimp, it used to ride this tricycle, and it escaped with police chasing it."
No. So she listened to XFM, see if I'd picked up on the story.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't have it and stuff. So she got in touch with the organisers of the London to Brighton bike ride, said, "Look, saw a little hairy fella."
Why did she care?
Because she wanted to know, she thought it was a bit odd.
Well,
Turns
why-
out it was a chimp. They weren't happy about it.
Of course not.
Because now the owner of the chimp wants to enter it into the Tour de France.
No! Oh, God! I'm gonna die! Oh, God!
In 2005.
Now, a couple of questions. I trust you'll be able to answer these.
Go on.
Oh, God! Steve, help me out.
How did it get hold of the tricycle?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay, no, that's fine. That's not an important point.
Look, that's important.
How
What's the
did
matter
it-
with you, Steve? He doesn't know that.
How did it know to... well, firstly, how did it know which way to cycle, but more importantly, how did it know there was a major bike ride on that day?
Just following the crowd,
No,
Steve.
no.
What's the matter with you?
The owner of it had trained it and stuff.
No, he hadn't!
It had already done the run beforehand, before the big day.
No, it hadn't.
Like I say, it wants to do the Tour de France in 2005.
No, it doesn't.
But there's something about animal rights. If they don't let it enter, they can kick up a bit of a fuss.
No! The animal rights is that it's cruel to make a chimp ride a bicycle.
Not if it wants
that it's
to.
prejudice that it'll go, is it because I is hairy? You idiot!
Right? So...
Wow, that is the worst. That is the worst one yet. Absolute twaddle. Absolute rubbish, Karl.
Have you got a tricycle?
Unbelievable.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news, you
Right. Now, it was back in the 1980s.
Right. So it's quite topical then. Okay. When did this happen then? 1980s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about a, Colombian F1 sort of, Formula 1 driver.
Yeah.
Apparently these races were going on, right? And, someone kept winning them.
Right, okay, forget it. Forget it. No, don't do it. It's 'cause it's rubbish. 'Cause it's rubbish.
Right, so someone kept winning the races.
So, this human, that kept winning the race. So this human being that kept winning the races, Carl, what was his name?
His name it's Jimmy something.
Yeah. How tall was he? Just out of interest. No, how tall was he?
Let's hear the story.
Was he about 4 foot 8?
You might find out if I tell you the story. Right?
Go on.
So anyway, he kept winning and everyone was like, oh, he's brilliant, this guy, who is he, and all that.
Yeah.
But his gimmick, right?
Was never showing his body or face?
That's right. Never
You're
took his
joking.
helmet off.
You're an idiot.
Never took his helmet off, right?
You know the short trousers he used to wear? His trousers were about a foot long, but his shirts, the sleeves were really long.
Anyway, right, so because he wouldn't take his helmet off... and
You're an idiot.
He was taking part in, like, the F3, which is like the lower ranks of Formula 1 and
Just get to it. Just get to
everyone thought it was like a famous driver who was taking part in that.
Get to being a monkey. and then
Anyway,
we can
what
go
happened
home.
was, there was a crash one day,
Yeah.
and the car tipped over, everyone's like, oh...
He ran up a tree?
So...
They suspected when he ran away with the ambulance people up a tree and started eating a banana?
So the marshals ran over and the ambulance people were there and they were about to take his helmet off and the marshal was like, don't take his helmet off.
Give away the secret that he's a
Give
monkey.
away the secret and that.
Yeah, chimp. Yeah.
Took his helmet off.
Jimmy Chimpus.
Little monkey under there.
No, definitely not. Okay, let's play Ryan Adams.
Did he survive? Let me
Yeah.
just a couple of questions. Did he survive?
Yeah, he did, yeah. He was allowed to keep all the awards that he won.
Sure.
But he wasn't allowed to take part in any other races.
Yeah, didn't happen. This is Ryan Adams. We'll see you next week. Yeah, let's do monkey news.
Alright.
Play the jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news.
Right, there's this monkey, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think his name was number 6 or number 7 or something, right? In this lab, right?
Yeah.
And, anyway, it's in there, with, like, the rabbits and little mice and stuff like that. And,
The rabbit smoking.
the nurse, right? The nurse, not the nurse, the woman who works in the lab, what would you call her? Is that a nurse?
Depends. Depends what her job was. If she was a lab assistant, you call her a lab assistant.
All right.
I mean, they probably call her by a name.
Alright, lab assistant, right?
Kirsty.
So
I
she's,
think it's probably Kirsty.
Right,
Kirsty Morris.
well, she's in there, right?
Yeah.
And she don't work with many people and that, she's mainly on her own with, just putting lipstick on rabbits and stuff like that, right?
Chimp fancies her.
So,
Chimp fancy her. He's putting on lipstick. Chimp fancies her 'cause she's got hairy legs.
he gets pally, right, with this woman.
Yeah.
Because, it gets to a point when she sees him every day.
The way he sort of tries to string out like it's a narrative love story. Did the chimp put its hand out and grabbed her, and then you thinking that he made a move on her?
So,
Right, come on,
he's
let him
allowed
tell the
out, he's
story.
allowed out
Oh,
the
it's not a
cage.
story, is it?
He's allowed out the cage and what have you every day, so, he's wandering about, and as time goes on, he's watching what she's doing more and more, right? So, he notices, like, the code on the door, right?
Right.
Whatever, 247 or whatever,
Yeah.
and he goes, right, I've clocked that, I've got that, I'll remember that, right? And then he goes, right, there's a lot of
Definitely not.
lipstick and that knocking about, a lot of makeup.
Right, okay. No, there's no way.
Finish.
No, because
So-
Steve, you know what's gonna happen.
Let him finish.
I know what's gonna happen.
So he's there.
It's ridiculous.
And he's going, well, if it's there, you know what I mean? So while she's messing about with the rabbit, he gets there, he's in front of the mirror, putting a little bit of lippy on. Right?
You are a man! No! I can't! It's gone too far!
Little bit of,
No, it's gone too far, Steve.
Alright,
Your mic's off, Rick. He's finishing
Right.
the story.
So-
Turn mine off as well.
It's gone too far.
Turn him off. Just let him finish.
right, so the thing is, right, it's this monkey wandering about. It's got lipstick, it's got mascara on, it's looking pretty
I
good.
didn't mention the mascara!
It's looking alright, right? So it knows the code on the door, 247, right? So when she's sort of messing about with the rabbit, right, he goes, right, here's my chance. It's looking good. 247, out the door, through the reception man's there. He's like, alright, Kirsty, right?
Don't talk! You know what it is now, don't you? Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right. Now, whilst I was in Cornwall, I wasn't online, right? I didn't have the internet, so it was like, oh, what am I going to do? And I didn't come back till yesterday. And I thought, is there loads going on that I don't know about in the monkey world and stuff? I was hoping to get some from the zoo that I was meant to be going to. Of course, that didn't happen. So, I said to my dad, do you know anything about monkeys? Or have you got any stories with monkeys?
Brilliant. This is what Trevor McDonald does.
Turned out...
Quarter to 10, he goes, oh, got nothing. Dad, anything happened? You got anything politics? Anything politics, Dad?
This isn't monkey news, I'm just giving you this free.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Turned out one of his mates used to have a chimp.
Right.
What do you mean one of his mates used to have a chimp?
Well, two of his mates. Mind you,
Oh,
one
sorry,
wasn't his
yeah,
mate,
I
one wasn't his mate.
was thinking it sounds a bit far-fetched living in Manchester, like. But if there was two of them...
He had a chimp, had to thump it in the head.
For doing what? Answering back?
Oh, God!
Tried it on with his wife.
Had to thump it in the head for trying it on with his wife! I love it. It's a proper fist fight in a pub in Manchester. Oh.
I'd call him up, but he's one of them who, like, swears all the time.
Right.
Oh.
I mean, it'd be good to get him on and just...
Let's interview him. Can we not interview him pre-record? We can bleep out the swear, and I'd love to hear his
Did
story.
a lot of work, that.
Yeah, well, we're not scared of work,
No,
are
I
we,
mean,
Steve?
I'll
You
do it
know.
myself if you can't be bothered.
Yeah, you
Oh,
know, so...
have a word, I'll sort it out.
Yeah, try and sort that out next
you
week.
sort that out, yeah.
Well, don't tell us the rest of the story then. Let's let him say it in his own
No,
words.
but there was another one as well. Some
When you
fella-
say you can get him on, but he swears a lot, you mean the monkey? I'm assuming he's more coherent than your dad's mate.
But there's him, and there's some other fella who he knows who had a funny name. I'll have to find out, because you'll love his name. But he was a drag artist.
Yeah.
And, I think he said my dad went round one day, I don't know why, right? Went around there, knocked on the door, chimpanzeed.
Carl, I don't know what you're doing, mate. I don't know where this place you live, next door there's an horse in the front room. There's chimps
Mad,
running round.
Mad. Anyway,
Chimpanzee!
Is that it? Is that the end of the story? There's a chimpanzee in the door and that's the end?
You sure it wasn't the drag artist before he shaved?
no,
Sure it wasn't your gran?
Because I like the really airy ones that decide they can be female impersonators. Yeah, your gran.
Anyway.
Go on then. This is the monkey news. So you got that for free. What's this going to be like,
Well, let's
Steve?
have more jingles.
Okay. Oh, chimpanzee that! Monkey news extra.
Okay.
Right, another phrase, we've been talking about phrases today.
Yeah, we have,
Don't touch
yeah.
your granny when she's shaving.
Yeah.
Don't teach your granny to suck eggs.
Yeah.
Don't look a horse in the mouth.
Yeah. Don't let the chimpanzee do if you're tucking your...
Familiar with the phrase monkey business?
No, never heard that one before, Carl. That's brilliant.
Right, well, it came about, this has been emailed in and I haven't really had a chance to look at it, so I'm just weighing it up now. Yeah,
This is the biggest shambles on air, isn't it? Really?
I'm ashamed of it.
I mean, what was Dr. Fox? Dr. Fox must have been really polite. He must have been thinking, I don't know how to put this. He must have wanted to scream and go, you shouldn't be in the radio authority.
My parents listen online. I can't look them in the eye.
Right, I think I've weighed it up. Long time ago, right?
Yeah.
In the,
Olden days, yeah.
in
Go on.
the Amazon jungle,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Little family of monkeys in there. Mm-hmm. Right? Having a good life. Right? Didn't have any predators in there. Right? So, they were loving it.
Yeah.
They had a load of food around them, they had loads of banana trees.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I don't think so.
No, they did.
Sorry, yeah.
Everything's going great, so they're happy in that. They go to bed,
Okay.
wake up in the morning, load of bananas gone.
Ooh, hang on, interesting.
Hold on, wait a minute.
So,
Either your dad's been around, or...
This isn't the great Amazon banana robbery, is it?
so anyway, turns out it was another load of monkeys from another part of the island, from the rough bit.
From the rough bit! I love it! They went into a middle class area.
they're the ones with the earrings and the leather jackets.
Oh, that is brilliant! From a rough part of the island.
So the monkeys thought, well, there's no point getting into a fight with them because they're harder than we are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, and they carry chains.
So,
I love all this
They
conjecture.
got flip knives and
This
tattoos.
Yeah, go on.
so basically, they said, let's do some business with the bananas.
Let's do some business with the bananas.
This is...
What are you talking about?
Oh, Christ!
Right, calm down, we haven't got much time left.
Oh, God! What do you mean this is...
Forget it.
No, don't forget it! Carl, do not press that! Switch the record off. Switch the record off.
Christ!
Switch the record off, Carl.
What are you talking about? What do they do? Oh.
Let's do business with the bananas.
Yeah.
So they said, well, rather than them coming robbing them, we'll flog them. So that put a stop to it then. The monkeys came. They didn't have money. They said, give us some, give us some bananas. And it says
So what, they exchange bananas for bananas?
for berries and nuts. So that's where the phrase "monkey business"
No, it's
comes
not.
from. Little business to set up.
Right, there, oh, God.
Carl, you know what the time is? Bong. Monkey news.
Yeah. Right.
Imagine if Trevor McDonald started like this.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of stuff going on that with monkeys.
Oh, yeah.
I was mentioning earlier how we sort of making the feature grow a bit, right? So I'm thinking, I haven't told you, Steve, either. I've actually been asked to write a thing about monkeys.
A poem?
No, for a magazine called something Apes.
Right.
They want me to
Illustrate
do. They want me to do like a column, 500 words
About monkeys.
anything I want on monkeys. Anything.
What are you going to write?
Don't know. Think about it.
Well, give him a typewriter. We'll come up with Shakespeare eventually.
Yeah.
But
You could write
anyway,
about that. Why didn't you write about that? The fact that you don't believe it. You don't believe that an infinite number of monkeys could type because he was Shakespeare.
Because you reckon most of them hadn't read Shakespeare, so they wouldn't know some of the spellings.
Exactly.
It wouldn't happen.
You idiot. Get on with it.
All right.
There's been a few things, but one that springs to mind is they found a load of monkeys somewhere. Right?
This is brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine this if this was news.
Yeah.
Go on. Where?
Somewhere.
I think it was in.
17th century?
It doesn't matter that bit. Right?
Okay.
Found a load of monkeys
Yeah.
that are having a good chat.
Go on.
They're having a good chat. All right.
What do
They
you
found
mean?
monkeys that can talk.
Yeah.
They've worked out. They've got about 534 different words that they're using to have a chat about stuff.
More than you.
Yeah, what do they chat about then?
Just, things that monkeys are worrying about. Just, where do you get that from?
Who does your hair?
You going out with her again, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen that?
Sorry, you can't just leave that.
No. I'm just intrigued. I'm just intrigued to know what else. Is there any?
No,
Were
I
they-
mean, that
Were they
was-
discussing the Chimpanzee? Did you see that program on Channel 5?
Yeah.
He can walk upright.
Yeah.
was good,
But
wasn't
I mean,
Did you
what
see
do
how
mean?
well
Do you mean
hung he
they
was?
taught them? They taught themselves this language.
Yeah.
Where? Where is this? In the wild? Is this? Is it? Not sign language.
It's
but
in some jungle somewhere. They found these monkeys. He heard some explorer was over there, cutting through the woods and that.
and he heard his name,
Heard
and he
some-
thought, "That's what he went. What do you want, Ronnie?" It wasn't me. I didn't say.
Yeah.
I didn't say, "Oh, it's Snodgrass. Where'd you get that gun?"
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's only me and you here.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right, we've got to be quick.
Go on,
But, this is something that was sent in to me ages ago, and I don't know why I haven't done it yet, because it's brilliant. We were talking about monkeys typing, the Shakespeare theory and all that. Well, this is about a little monkey called Marty, right? Basically, it's in some science lab, right? It's in there. It was wandering about out of its cage, right? The lab fella was busy on the phone or something.
Yeah.
Right, and,
Typical.
it's wandering about, it goes up to a PC that's in the corner, a little computer, types down, "My name is Marty." Right? So, the fella got off the phone, saw this on the screen with the monkey sat there, says to his mate, "Have you done this?"
Right, hold on, Carl.
Let him finish. Before you question, always let him finish.
I don't know what to do.
Time's against us, come on.
He said, "Have you done this?" He says, "Done what?" He said, "This on the screen here saying, 'My name's Marty.'" Right? He goes, "What are you talking about?" As he's having an argument with his mate saying, "You're lying, you did it," monkey's sat there, typing, "This isn't a practical joke, my name is Marty."
Right, and that's the end of the story?
I'm not coming in next week. I think we need a week off. I actually think we need a week off.
It's doing a web chat or something. You can go online and have a chat with it.
The monkey's doing a web chat.
I don't know.
Has he got his own
Carl,
website yet? His favourite Buffy the Vampire Slayer
Have a look
episode?
at that, have a look at that.
Right. Do you believe that, Carl?
It's all there.
No, but do you believe it? Do you believe that monkey could type that and then say this is not a practical joke when he's all arguing?
Weird, isn't it?
Oh.
What do you reckon, Steve?
Yeah, well, it's obviously a wind-up.
It's a joke. It's not even. You haven't even got some of the facts wrong. It's just a wind-up.
Have you noticed the date?
Is it April the 1st?
It is April the 1st.
You are joking.
That it was sent.
You're an idiot, Carl.
It was sent on April the 1st, Carl.
So you're saying the monkey knows it's April the 1st, but you
And
don't
it's doing
believe...
a wind-up, yes. Yeah, I think the monkey has thought, I'll do it on April the 1st so that people think that it's a wind-up, but in actual fact I am a monkey that can type and read.
Right, haven't got long. We better give the winner. We got monkey news coming up.
We haven't really got any monkey news.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
There's nothing going on, seriously.
Don't talk. What do you
The
mean?
last few weeks I've
But
keep
don't.
telling you.
Right. This really annoys me when you say there's something going on because you call it monkey news, but it's not monkey news. You have stories, dubious
What I've said
stories.
to you.
But shut up a minute. About it's always chibs, which annoys me. You call it monkey because they're apes, right? And it's often from the 18th century, so it's not news anyway. So don't tell me there's no monkey
No, but
news
what I'm
this
saying
week.
is, if there's monkey news worth doing, I'll know about it. And there isn't anything,
Right.
so let's leave it.
Right, okay, you are going to give me some monkey news,
Well,
or... Okay, right, I'm telling you, you are going to give me some monkey news, or we're not leaving.
Right, well, my mum sent me some. Right.
Right.
I got a little letter from her doing the usual sort of stuff, telling me what she's been up to and that. It was a little thing about, somewhere in Lincolnshire or something.
Right,
To
good.
do a bit of monkey throwing.
What do you mean?
Because some fella got attacked by one once, and sort of to remember him, on this certain day, they go, "Oh, it was today, wasn't it?" And that fella got attacked by a little monkey and that. And the, something about chucking monkeys about.
That's horrible.
I don't know if they're real, I think it's just like to remember.
Alright.
But that's the only sort of stuff that's knocking about out there.
But it's not, that's not
I've got my
monkey
mum and
news.
dad on it, looking all the time. For stuff.
Yeah, there must be more monkey news than that.
There isn't nothing I mean, there's bits and pieces. There was a bit about Donna Eyre, how when she has a kid, she's going to let a gorilla look after it for a week or something. But apart from that, it's dead out there.
True. Well, I don't know what that means.
She's, well, that's it.
Well, it's
Apparently-
not true. She's not going to let a gorilla look after a
No,
child.
it is. Apparently a fella works with them or something. And,
This is rubbish!
it's not rubbish.
How can she let a gorilla look after a baby for a week?
Well, forget it.
Have you ever heard her speak?
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right, this happened in, Pittsburgh, right? There was a rock band, and they've got this studio in Pittsburgh and what have you, and they're laying down tracks and stuff like that. And in the studio that they use, right, there's this monkey works there. Right,
I love the way he throws that in. Like he throws that in. This monkey works there.
No, it's just got a little gig there. He sort of it carries the equipment in, guitars, stuff like that.
It doesn't.
He does.
No, it doesn't.
He just sort of cleans up after the bands.
No, he doesn't.
Emptying the ashtrays.
Doesn't
that
happen.
Sort of stuff. It
Doesn't
does.
happen.
That's the gig it's got. Anyway, right.
Gets women out of the crowd that they want to go visit with
one arm.
drag them back.
So anyway, right. So the band's in the studio, right? And one of the band members brings some A&R fella to the studio to have a listen to the latest track. Right?
Yeah.
So they hit play, and they're all there going, "Yeah, brilliant, this is good."
Oh no.
Anyway, so the fella says, "Yeah, I like the track. I especially like the bass on it." Right.
Right, it's his.
So
This is rubbish.
So
And they hadn't laid down a bass track?
so this is. Have you heard it? So
Carl,
the weird
please
thing
don't
is,
do this
right,
to
so
me.
the A&R fella goes, and
Yeah.
it's like, the band members are stood about, and they're going, "That's good that you liked it." And they're saying, "Yeah, but what's he on about with the bass?" So they played it
No,
back.
this is rubbish. This is absolute rubbish.
Let's
Where'd
just
you get
hear
this
it,
from?
Please, because we never get to the end. Let's hear it.
This
Let's
is
hear it.
absolute nonsense.
So they played it back.
Yeah,
right?
and it's the chimp playing bass. Definitely not.
So they were like, "That's weird, we haven't got a bassist." Anyway, so they go, "Well, whatever, right?" So
We
they
haven't
leave.
got a bassist.
So
They go, whatever, let's go
Oh,
home.
forget it.
Play the jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news.
Excellent. A particularly aggressive jingle this week.
Wow.
Yeah, looking forward to this monkey news.
Carl,
Right.
come on.
So, what's the name?
What?
We've done,
Sorry, what?
Brilliant.
we've done a lot of monkeys who, like, got involved in crime and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? We had, the one on the train station,
Yeah.
nicking a bag.
Yeah.
We had the one who went
Don't
into a
remember that
bank.
Who cares?
Went into a bank. And walked out with the money and stuff.
Yes.
Right?
Didn't happen either. Next.
But the thing is, you never sort of found out what happened to them. If they sort of got worse, got more involved into
Oh, is this
crime and
monkey
stuff.
news update?
That would be amazing.
Brilliant.
What they found out in India is,
Yeah.
they've got a prison. It's just for monkeys.
You mean wild animals? You mean
A zoo?
Yeah, a zoo or a kennel or
No.
something that where it's been gone mental or something.
No, it's a prison.
Yeah,
Prison.
is it? Does it have fraud cases?
It's got. It's
Mainly sort of animals that are attacked things. And it's mainly violence. I bet. That's my.
that and theft.
Say it
Taking
again.
Stuff. Theft.
Say it again.
Theft.
Say it again.
Robbing.
No, let's go back to that word. We're going to keep doing it. We've got 6
Robbing.
minutes. You're going to say the word right before you go to Hastings.
Well, you say it.
No,
Well,
you
no,
say
because
it
then you know how to
first.
say it.
Well, alright, robbing then. It's been caught robbing.
Say it again, though.
Who's
anyway.
robbing? Who's robbing?
So, they've got this prison, right?
This is extraordinary.
Say it again.
No, you're not going to say it?
Oh, go on then.
So they got a prison for them, right? And, there's 11 of them in there, 11 monkeys.
Right.
That are in there for life. Because that's I think there's one just got out on parole, right?
No time off
But
for
there's
good
11. There's 11. I'll give you the bit of paper because I thought this was.
Now,
you
what-
you thought it was a bit weird.
Now, Carl, what are they in there for then? Because, I mean, they're in there for life, so I'm assuming it's murder, is it? Premeditated murder? They're not crime bosses, are they? They're not.
Are they
into
the- are
kind
they
of
the-
prostitution and
Are
gambling?
you sure they're not
racketeering?
just the pawns and the head sort of like orangutans up a tree going, remember, you don't know me. You're on your own.
If I go down, you're all coming with me.
You take some of your gorillas down there and sort him out.
Oh, the great banana robbery.
It's it's not.
I wonder if they get them.
Right, go on then.
Okay, let me see. Now, I don't know what source this is, as ever.
Is it just the back of a fag packet found in the toilet?
Well, no, I mean, someone's clearly, if this is nonsense, then someone's clearly gone to a lot of effort, because it does open with the headline, "Parole unlikely for inmates of monkey prison."
Yeah.
Officials say 11 inmates at India's only monkey jail. Officials? Now, what kind of people work at a monkey jail? Where do you work? It says officials say 11 inmates at India's only monkey jail are unlikely to ever be released. The prison in Patilia houses monkeys apprehended by game wardens in Punjab state for thieving and attacking people. The Daily Telegraph reports how the monkeys at the prison in Montevideo snarl and glare at visitors from their heavily barred cages. 2 monkeys were released a year ago after exhibiting good behaviour for 18 months in the jail. They have remained out of trouble. Prison can work, that's good.
So
all 11 monkeys.
They were aggressive wild animals that were taken away from the public for their own good.
And robbing and that.
Wildlife officials believe part of the problem has been caused by thieves training monkeys to help them. Lorry drivers training monkeys as guards for vehicles, and itinerant entertainers using ill-treated monkeys as part of their act.
It's the monkey that takes the rap.
It's a shame, that, isn't it?
That is awful. They didn't know what they were doing, did they?
So there you go.
What do you think of that, though, Carl? If you could visit them, like Lord Longford or something, what would you say to them? You go there and you get a visit a week or something, you know.
So can you get us a video? Alright.
Have we got monkey news? Have we left monkey news behind?
Monkey news! Come on!
What happened?
You can't offend monkeys!
I'll tell you what is annoying.
What?
Steve's told me about a film that is about a monkey going off with a woman.
The Charlotte Rampling thing where she...
It's a film called Max Mon Amour. Yeah, she has an affair with a monkey. Go on.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
You wouldn't like it.
We can't go into
You
it.
wouldn't
New
like
monkey
it.
news.
You wouldn't like it. It's not like, it's weird and you wouldn't, Carl, it's not like a nature programme where he wears a bowler hat and can talk. Okay? The nature programmes that you seem to see.
Yes, I've got to think I haven't seen that one.
No! Yeah. Come on, do monkey news.
Well, monkey news this week.
Play the jingle.
Oh, Chimpanzee, that monkey news, you
Right, it's about this monkey that was knocking about in the 1950s.
Right.
It was known in the sort of LA area, right? And apparently, again, I haven't really checked all this out, I've just picked up bits that look interesting.
Yeah.
Wore a golden mask, and like a cape and a leopard skin belt and stuff, right? So people didn't know he was a monkey.
Of course they didn't know, yeah.
They thought it was this bloke who's going around and he was helping out crime situations and stuff.
Right, you're an idiot. So, this disguise, that you see a 3'6" bloke with arms the length of his body.
No, but that's the funny thing, right? They sort of thought, it's a bit odd, you know, he's stocky, yet extremely flexible.
Yeah, and hairy, because he only wore a white mask and a belt.
And a distinctive jawline and stuff. And then,
Right.
apparently, like, he used to sort of get to his...
Nothing we say gets through, does it? You've decided you can picture this monkey going around solving crimes, and it's...
telling you.
Let him finish the story. Time's running out.
So it sort of get to its crime by, like, swinging from the trees and stuff.
Of course it would,
right?
yeah.
But people just thought, it's a normal fella.
Of course.
Then what happened was,
This is the bit that's going to annoy me, isn't it?
he helped some fellas out, like, you know, and for a reward, they were like, do you want some money? You know, you've helped save our lives during a crime and stuff. Do you want some money in that? And he just went straight for the shopping bags, got a couple of bananas and apples, right? And as he was bent down, looking into the bag, getting the bananas and apples, they pulled his mask off. Little monkey.
So he wasn't allowed to work for the police anymore?
It ended there.
Sure.
Weird, isn't it? Right, I'm 30 now. I can only remember being off 2 times.
Oh, his memory's going as well, you had some time off.
And both of them were when I was at school.
School? What's school?
One when it was windy.
Why did you have time off? Because it was windy.
But to be honest, Carl, that lasted for 7 years. Your time off at school.
Why did you have time off? Because it was windy.
Were you windy, or was it windy outside?
No, it was like when...
Your auntie wasn't out the window, was she?
Yeah.
When the winds were bad in the 70s, and my mum said, oh...
Was it? Whoa. What? I remember space operas and flares. I don't remember the winds being bad in the 70s.
Well, my mum just said, you might get blown into the road, so don't...
She had so much faith in you, didn't she? As a human being.
Is that why she got fired from the pie shop? I'm not coming in today, I might get blown into the road.
Oh, God.
The funny thing it was, right, Steve, they had this thing going at school, because a lot of people used to wag it back then.
Used to what?
Wag it, sort of not go in.
Right.
Right? And, they sort of tried to make it interesting for you by giving you
an education.
a certificate if you did a full week.
Reward for the rest of your life with achievement. That sort of carrot.
And also, like, let you go home at 3 o'clock on a Friday.
Right.
If you'd done a full week and that.
Yeah.
So it was lovely weather all week. Then it just sort of changed on a Friday. And I got up and it was all windy.
It was
My mum
windy
said,
for Friday on 7, isn't it?
don't, if you don't go in, because, you might get blown into the road and that. So I said, alright, then I'll stay off. And,
so why did she told you to hold on to a fence or walk you there? What's this? Don't go out.
Immediately give up.
I love this getting blown into the road. Is that based on your cats that kept getting blown into the road?
Well, so I got to school on the Monday, right? And the teacher said,
Took you a
right,
long time.
today, to punish you, you're the only one who wrecked the whole week, right? Everyone else came in, you didn't. So everyone else is going home at 3 o'clock today, but you're not.
Brilliant. Serves you right, and
I wasn't bothered though, it was great, because I said, well, you'll have to stay with me, won't you? And it was great. So all I did for half an hour was doodle and stuff. It was great that afternoon.
Yeah.
And that was ages ago. That was like when I was about 8. And that's one of the times I was off ill.
Yeah.
So it was,
but that wasn't even ill, that was wind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So I'm growing up on this estate, and there was this woman about 4 houses down, right, who's a bit rough. Alright?
Didn't fancy her.
Oh, God, no. Right, but she had a baby.
Well, tell me about her first. I'm interested in this woman. What was she?
It was a very...
She looked like a man in a dress.
I mean, I didn't grow up in a posh house or anything, and I'm not saying that if you live in a bit of a rough house, you're a bad person.
What did she look like?
But anyone can
Tattoos?
clean up.
Looked like Tony Green with a fag on.
They didn't clean up much, right?
Oh.
Which, even if you've not got a lot of money, you can still try and make a place look nice.
Yeah.
Right? But she didn't, and a kid used to take a horse into the house.
Sorry. Whoa, Neddy. What do you mean a kid used to take a horse into the house? Where did he get a horse?
Must have nicked it from somewhere. Must have
So you've seen a horse do it?
No. What, is that from outside the saloon round the corner?
Yeah, was it just tied up with a bit of leather?
Right?
Oh, that's great. Did Big Jake come looking for it?
I'd been out.
Oh. No, sorry, let me get this. This was before the lynching stopped or after.
Where did he get a horse from? What do you mean he must have nicked it? His mum said, where'd you get that from? I bought it. Alright then, but keep it out of the kitchen.
I don't want you going Catlin rustling.
Where did he get a horse from, Carl? And how long did he have it for? Was he leading it or riding it? Mum, open the door, I can't stop!
I can't stop it. Open the patio door as well.
Looks like we got us a runaway. What do you mean?
I don't know, but the thing is, they couldn't afford to buy one because they're not cheap. So I'm just guessing. Maybe that's wrong of me. But I think...
He had a horse?
Yeah, right, so...
That's why the family didn't have any money, they'd spend it on the horse.
No, I don't think, that's what I'm saying, I don't think they would have bought it. So anyway...
Yeah, it's wise to whisper, Carl, in case they're listening.
Yeah, and
they could be in the room next door.
It's not buying it, it's keeping it as well. Oh,
so I was like in the car with my dad, coming into the avenue, and you used to have to drive down it to turn round. And, and you know, sort of go back to our house.
You had the traditional method of transport, yeah.
And the horse was in the lounge,
reading a paper,
just like walking around.
Oh God! What?
And when I was doing, I tried to earn myself some money once by flogging little flowers in plastic cups.
What? This is genius. It just keeps coming. What do you mean you're trying to flog little flowers? What do you mean?
Wait. Let's play a record. Let's play a record and come back to this, because the story's going to just unravel and unravel. It's going to go on for hours. Let's play a track,
deeper
Carl.
and deeper. It's like an onion, isn't it?
We've created a whole world here where there's a man living with a horse.
Just walking around the lounge.
I come from the West Country, I've never heard anything like that.
I just think of a big sort of like orange carpet and a rediffusion telly and this horse going, I'm fed up in here.
Exactly.
This is really...
I am not taking the rubbish out again.
Yeah.
Right, play a record. Let's have Velvet Underground. We've got that lined up.
Oh,
yeah, the classic from the first album, I'm Waiting for the Man. Let's come back to the horse in a second.
Little flowers in pots. What do you mean?
Underground and Nico, which apparently peaked at a disappointing 171 in the US charts.
Look at that.
And that's obviously Louis DeVille Underground and Waiting for the Man.
Yeah, great track. So, we were talking, we were doing White Van Man, and we got onto
genetically modified babies, but
and
somehow
then Carl started telling a story about someone with a horse, and then he got onto, he was trying to make money selling flowers. Just do the flowers briefly.
Well, hang on, I just want to recap slightly. So there was a family, and who had the horse in the family?
It was...
Because you lived on an estate in Manchester.
So the mother was a right pig, apparently.
Well,
I don't know whether that's relevant.
You don't need to go that far.
But
what I'm trying to do is, like, make a picture for you so you understand
what
a
picture
it is.
Who did she look like?
Bit of a... and no disrespect to her, bit like Pauline Quirk.
Quirky, yeah.
Right?
Okay, I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be Pauline. Did she have any tats?
I've never got that close to her.
Okay, alright.
So who had the horse? Was this her son or her husband?
No, her daughter.
Her daughter had stolen a horse.
Yeah, from, I don't know where, I think there was some stables down the road or something.
And they kept the horse in the house with them?
They kept it in the house.
Did they
didn't
get
have
caught?
it for long.
No.
Sorry, and you said you were in the house one day and you saw the horse in
No,
there?
what happened was, I was, they did this thing at school about raising money for charity, right? For some local charity. And they said you can do anything to raise money, and they came out with all these ideas, and I thought, that's good.
What was the charity?
Well, I don't know, I thought, forget the charity.
Yeah, that's just a good
charity
money-making overweight.
So,
you're a charity.
So I asked my mum for some, 'cause she used to have a lot of flowers around the house.
Sure.
I said, can I just take some snippings off them? And, I'll go and buy some plastic cups. And, got some soil out of the garden, planted the bits of plants in them.
Yeah.
Got a tray.
Yeah.
Had about 25 plants on it, selling them for 25 pence each.
Excellent. Did you sell any?
Yeah, so loads.
Did you just cut, you didn't just cut them and stick them in the soil?
Yeah, they want to survive. But I think people sort of thought, well, good on him for trying. But anyway, so I went round to theirs, because I thought their house could do with a bit of colour and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a bit rough. So as I went...
The horse went, thank God for that breakfast. They've been feeding me kitty cat.
So I got up to the door, and they opened the door, and it was one of them houses where no carpet.
Yeah, a horse in the living room.
You know.
We've all been there.
And the horse was walking around the living room.
Oh.
I looked quite happy and everything, because I always say that about animals.
Black Beauty
right?
was on. Yeah.
Well, think about it, right? If you were a horse, where would you rather be? In a little wooden hut with a load of hay, or in like a house with a
central heating,
3-piece suite, and a telly and that?
Telly and that.
No, but I was saying this the other day.
And an Atari,
right? Yeah, I didn't go to school much because me mum and dad had a caravan.
Right.
No need, is there? No need when you've got that sort of fun at home.
I used to just go away for weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, honestly.
Where'd you used to go?
Port Maddock.
But
And so you didn't go to school much?
No, I did, but not as much as everyone else.
No.
How many holidays were your parents having? What was their income that they could...
No, my dad used to work nights, and he used to travel back, because to Manchester from Wales, it wasn't that far. And he used to do 4 on and 4 off, so me and my mum were, like, loving it.
But what Port Meredith?
Port Maddock.
Port Maddock.
Down the road from Port Merion, where they filmed The Prisoner.
Right.
Well, so that's cleared up for me.
Yeah,
location-wise.
So what did you do then? You were in this little 2-berth caravan on the back of a Cortina estate.
Right.
Well, what was it? What was the car? I want the... what was
Granada, Ford Granada.
Ford Granada. What are we talking? 1980...
Yeah, 82, 83,
right?
84, 85.
Okay. And you in the car, down there, park up.
Yeah.
What was it? What was Port?
Meredith.
Portmaddock.
Portmaddock.
I remember Ruth.
It's just,
Oh, yeah.
it's just a holiday camp.
Yeah.
And had an arcade and a beach. I was loving it.
Yeah.
But, so of the 52 weeks of the year, let's assume, I don't know how many weeks you take off normally for holidays anyway. Let's just say, I don't know, you go to school 45 weeks of the year, maybe? Generally, most kids?
No.
Bit less.
Bit less than
About
that.
42.
How many weeks would you say you actually spent in school?
Well, how many weeks do you have off for summer?
Well, we'll work that out. That's what
About
I mean.
6 off for summer, about 3 for Easter, about 3 for Christmas.
Put it this way, I'm surprised I'm not Welsh, to be honest.
Right.
So I was there more than I was in Manchester.
Did the school authority not come and check you out?
No, they didn't.
Didn't get Manchester, I suppose they didn't care, do they?
Not really.
Yeah.
They're lucky you turned up at all. Why did you just turn up for the last day when you could take in your best toy? Did you know that when you could take in any game?
Just play with everyone else's. Why, I break my stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a good
Well, this
point.
answers a lot. This does answer a lot. The fact that you spent most of your time on the beach as a kid.
Teachers were no good at my school. We were talking about it yesterday.
So you were teaching them a lesson by going on for the summer. Yeah.
Anyway.
And did you go to university?
No.
No. Did you go to sixth form or college?
No.
When did you leave school?
When I was about 15.
Right. What, you just went on holiday and didn't come back?
I just got a job early, didn't I? Cause
Where was it? Portmaddock?
Getting there. No, I was a printer. BM Print in Trafford Park. Have you ever seen, like, a bald pet?
No.
It's weird.
What do you mean?
Because my mum, we had a cat. We used to get through loads of cats because we lived there.
Oh, God, it started early today, innit? What do you mean? It's only 10 past 1.
Cause
What
we
are you
lived
doing?
No, we
Running a
lived,
restaurant?
we lived on.
Oh, God, what do you mean?
No, we lived on like a main road.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
we used to get through a lot of them. My dad
It was
kept
their
saying,
risk.
stop wasting money. It's not
Stop
good.
wasting money, not wasting cats.
Right. So anyway, we had this cat that was ill all the time, and
It's just bag of nerves, probably.
Yeah, malingerer. Yeah, I'm terrified.
I'm going to which house?
Rome. Oh, God, bloody hell. Rome.
Don't let me go to the Pilkingtons.
and it, for some reason, it kept being sick all the time. Right?
Yeah, that is nerves. That's definitely nerves.
So my mum thought, oh, I've had enough of this, and she shaved it.
Whoa. Whoa. Now, I know you're not vets in your family, but what correlation did your mum think there was between you being sick and shaving it?
Because it kept being sick, and it was a pain to wash, because it kept getting
So
caught
she
up.
wanted a dry wipe cat.
So,
Why didn't you just varnish it? What?
it's weird, though.
So now he's cold and sick.
No, but not all of it. She left sort of the back half, but sort of from its waist, sort of.
I love that shaving because it's sick on itself.
And
That is
it was
genius.
the weirdest looking thing. I mean, normally I like cats. I'm always like giving yours a stroke on the head and that.
Yeah.
But as soon as she did that, it was like, oh,
Yeah.
can't touch it. And then
So now it's sick, cold, and hated.
Yeah.
Carl.
It must have, the other cats must have been taking the mick out of it constantly. You're just making things worse. Did it get, I'm hoping that it got run over and was put out of its misery.
no, I think it got all right, that one. Or is that the? Yeah, it did get run over. It did.
Oh, God. Oh, dear.
How many cats do you say you've got through?
I'd say whilst I was living at home, I mean, it's still on the increase even though I'm not there. So whilst I was there, probably 5.
God.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
And were you upset each time, or you just got used to it?
It's one of them things, isn't it? Like I've said before, when you first see something, it's a bit of a shock. Do you know what I mean? It's like the Elephant Man or whatever.
Yeah.
First time you see him, it's that sort of, oh, look at that. Did I tell you the time when the doctor said I was going to die?
Alright, keep talking.
Right, ages ago, must have been about 15, right? And at lunchtime there was this. We used to have a choice of stuff to do at lunchtime, right? We used to have like a burger place that had an arcade machine in it, right? So we used to go there, and play on that and have a burger. Or there was this baker's, right, that my mum worked at, and did great cakes and stuff, right? So she used to like bring some home and that, but she couldn't always bring them home every night because, you know, they cost money, and she used to get them for free. And they used to say they'd rather chuck them away than give them to the staff because there's a chance that the cream might be off.
Right.
Right, so they used to chuck them round the back. So I used to go round the back with my mate and eat a load.
Brilliant. Scavengers eating out of bins.
No, it wasn't out of bins, they were still in trays, but they just stacked them up near the bins, right? So this got out, I mean, it used to be a chocker. Once the school found out, everybody used to go there, and it'd be like, well, have a cake.
The headmaster crawling through, fighting the kids off.
Right, so I'd have, you know, you just eat, I don't know, 6 jam donuts or something, and then you'd spend your dinner money on the arcade machine.
Brilliant.
Right? So it was a good afternoon, really, right? So you'd do that, and this one day I must have had 6 or 7 jam donuts, a few Congress tarts.
What's a Congress tart?
I love them, I can't get them in London, right? So I'd have some of them. And
if anyone can get a Congress tart for Karl in London, please let him know.
So anyway, this day, that was just a normal day. Do you know what I mean? You'd once, twice a week, you'd have a load of cake.
In your life, yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
normal
anyway-
day in your life. Were the frog boys there with the webbed hands and the big heads?
So-
and the horse in the settee? Yeah.
But the day after one of these days, I had really bad cramp in my belly. Right?
Okay.
I was like in agony, could hardly walk. So I said to my mum,
You could hardly stagger to the free cakes.
So I was in absolute agony. I said, I don't like doctors, but you'll have to get a doctor in because I don't know what it is. I can't walk. She gets the doctor round. I won't say his name, but he said, well, doesn't look like he's got long left.
Blimey.
So I was a bit like, hang on a minute, I've only had a few cream donuts.
Yeah,
My mum was panicking.
sure.
He went, my dad came in from work. She said, oh, something's really bad with Karl, I think it's serious. You know, the doctor said he ain't got long left. So he said, what? He said that and just left? So she said, yeah. He said, I'll have to call him then. So he called him up, said, what's all this about? You know, Karl hasn't got long left, how long's he got? So he goes, oh, I was only messing. She's just had some bad cream. Can you believe that?
Well, the thing is,
I like the fact your mum didn't ask any questions.
I know.
She didn't
but
go
she
into
doesn't-
detail.
I know,
Well, can
I-
you explain more, Doctor? No, I got to shoe off.
But she doesn't. She doesn't like talking.
you know, I don't want to diss you or your family, but I imagine if I was there, I'd have known the doctor was joking.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. I mean, I sound very arrogant there, but I imagine he went, what's he been doing? I had about 6 cream donuts. Oh, right. Oh, wow. He hasn't got long to live then. I'll see you later. That's what I think the doctor did.
Yeah. Just like the idea your mum just let him go.
Yeah.
Terrified, thinking, well,
Yeah.
I'm not going to probe him. He's that's it then.
Dad comes in. Hi, honey, I'm home. Anything happened? The doctor said Karl's going to die and then left.
Go on.
Watching a programme yesterday, and it was about these Japanese snow monkeys. And it was all about how animals learn things that aren't instinctive, particularly sort of primates, because they see other people doing it, and they start a culture. And they can pinpoint when one monkey first went down and got in the hot water springs and stayed there because it was hot, and the others copied them, and now it's part of almost a culture, you know, that won't be handed on because it's not instinctive, but has to be learnt each time. And you know, and they groom as normal like other monkeys, right? But they're really intelligent, and obviously the reason they groom other people, other monkeys, is because they eat the mites. But also the monkeys have learnt they like being groomed. Okay, so they showed this one monkey. It went to a deer, okay, and it was grooming this deer to get its mite off it, right? But then it didn't eat it. It held it in its hand. It went over to a monkey, put the mite on itself to show the monkey it had a mite, and got a free grooming.
That's extraordinary.
That's extraordinary.
That is
because it
extraordinary.
gave up the food, knowing that if you put one there, this monkey would look for mites on it,
Yeah.
and it would get a free grooming, and it was like having a little massage. What do you think of that?
It's not bad, I've got some better stuff coming up later.
On Monkey News, on the official
Yeah,
Monkey News.
just see what mine though. Mine's true.
I mean, that's an interesting and
It
extraordinary.
actually happened. It's
discovery.
social behaviour amongst primates. So I saw it. It was, you know.
Did it rob a bank, Rick, at any time?
It didn't rob a bank, and it didn't open a hairdresser's.
So that's what you're letting. That's where you're letting yourself
It's
down.
not. It's not quite good enough, is it? My Monkey News.
No, I got some.
See the difference where I named the species, explained it slightly, told you an interesting fact, as opposed to there's this monkey, right? And
Look at him looking
it's
at you.
Yeah,
He's not interested, Rick. Can I tell you now? Can I try and describe for people the face that Karl has? I'll tell you what it's like. It's like if you draw some eyes, a nose, and a mouth on a balloon, and then inflate it to about half full. That's what Karl's face looks like. That's what his head looks like. It looks like a face you've drawn on a balloon. Very small, the rest of the head huge.
It's just that today I'm a bit tired, right? That's one thing.
Why are you a bit tired?
I just haven't been sleeping, right?
Why not?
I don't know. I've got a lot going on in my head.
Oh, this would be like The Simpsons. If we could actually look in there, there would be two monkeys grooming now.
Plus, you've been talking about like stuff that I can't relate to and that. So I'm
What, writing poetry,
Like what?
reading books.
yeah,
what?
doing poetry and stuff. I never did any of that.
What did you do?
Well, at school they didn't bother. They tried to get us to write more, right?
Right.
By
Giving you a pen?
well, they used to give us these school diaries,
Yeah.
little red book, and it was a way that they kept an eye on what you were doing out of school hours.
Right.
So some kids would write down, you know,
Stole a bike.
yeah,
Burn a
what have
house
you.
down?
Yeah.
But when I was at school, around that sort of 12 age, I didn't get up to much. You have no money. There's no what you can do. So every night it was the same thing. I'd get home, and I'd have to go to the shop, right, and get some potatoes and some bread every night, right. And I kept taking this into school.
Sorry, what was it? Dublin in the 17th century?
Yeah.
What do you mean every day you went to the shops and got potatoes and bread?
That's kind of what I had to get all the time. That's what we had.
Why? What did you have? Chip sandwiches?
Yeah.
Right,
And,
so you went to the... you went there.
So I kept
With your hoop
putting
and
that.
stick.
yeah.
I kept putting that in the diary, you know, every night saying went to U Phase. That was the name of the shop. Yeah.
What is it called?
U Phase,
What is it, you or you?
like HUGH Phase.
H-U-G-H, yeah. Oh, that was his name?
U Phase, right?
Right.
Used
Yeah.
to go there, get the potatoes and
Bread.
and that.
I love the
What-
fact someone who's named a shop after themselves. I'm not going to say what we sell. It's named after me or nothing, or I'm not opening.
Mainly potatoes and bread. White sliced loaves, King Edward's.
And the teacher used to always say, just write something different in there, make something up. Because, like, you know, Monday, Tuesday, all the way through to Friday, every night, it was just, went to U Phase.
So you sort of... You came
Are you
to...
sure it wasn't an advert? Sure he wasn't paying you to say, get my name in the book?
Yeah.
The only time that it changed, and she said, "Oh, that's made it a bit more interesting," was when it was my birthday and I had to buy a cake,
Potatoes and a cake.
and she said, "Oh, that's good."
Yeah.
That was my 13th birthday. My mum said, I got home from school. She said, "Oh, you're 13 today, teenager, big turnover. Go and get a cake."
That's your experience of writing.
No, what?
Well,
no,
kind
that's
of,
your
yeah.
experience of your 13th birthday. Oh, by the way, you're 13 today, go and get a cake.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Big surprise? Was it a big surprise?
Yeah.
yeah, that is brilliant. I love it.
That's the only sort of writing.
What,
Yeah.
and they never asked you to write essays or stories?
Did you
anything?
never write a story or a poem or a...
The stories I did earlier on were, you know, you made them up, but it was that thing that I'd always end them with, and an alarm went off and it was all a dream.
Every single one of them.
Yeah. But they didn't. I mean, it was a bit of a.
I bought some potatoes and some bread, then I woke up and it was all a dream.
No. Then I went to shops and bought some potatoes and
Yeah.
bread. But did you ever do anything that write about an adventure when you were a spaceman, or you were a cowboy, or no?
All the teachers had scams going on. So in English, right? You'd go in there and the teacher would say, "Right, what we're doing today is got a load of brochures from Thomson, but they say 1983 on the front. So I've got a load of stickers here that say 1984. Let's see how many you can do in half an hour."
You are joking.
Did you go to school with Oliver Twist?
Sorry, you are joking.
I'm not, that's what they did. So the teacher must have been getting like a freebie or something for helping them out.
Is this...
Honestly, yeah, that's what it was.
That is fantastic.
They were all at it.
They were all...
Other than Mr. Fagan, you had...
Yeah. And then when they saw Karate Kid, they had every kid washing their car going, wax on, wax off, hurry up.
Yeah.
I'm teaching you something. Wax on, wax off, paint the fence.
So I'm just saying, you know, that's why I'm a bit quiet, because you're talking about stuff I can't
relate to.
And why didn't you sleep last night?
I haven't slept well since I was about 12. Do you sleep well, Steve?
Oh, wait, you can't let that go! I haven't slept well since I was 12. What do you mean?
Do you know, like, a proper... I used to love going to bed as like a kid.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, oh, am I going to sleep tonight? And I sort of wake up about 4 times. Whereas when you're a kid, I remember really loving, like, going to bed. There was one time where I actually laughed myself to sleep because I couldn't believe me luck.
What's so wrong with him? What do you mean you laugh yourself?
Have you ever had it when you're really tired and you get in bed and the pillows feel...
Yeah, it's all cold, yeah.
And it's like, I can't believe this.
Yeah.
And it happened twice. Once when I just went to bed and I was really looking forward to it, and also when I helped my dad out once, like through the night. He worked at this paper company, right? And I helped him out, and I got in at about 4 in the morning with him. Got in bed, and I just was like, I was laughing my head off. I had to put the pillow over my head because I couldn't believe me luck. Like I was like, oh, this is great. I'm going to sleep.
I just have to say, life up north is so extraordinary.
No, but you must be the easiest kid in the world to please. No wonder she knew she could just go get a cake. It's sort of like, what was he expecting her to say? He were expecting an extra hour in bed, but we got him cake as well.
Go
I
to bed
love
without
that.
any supper. Brilliant.
Brilliant, yeah. Your own bed. How long was it before you got your own... What did you used to do before? Just some straw in the corner?
No, it's just that thing of when you're really tired and...
And do you ever do this with Suzanne now? Do you ever laugh yourself to sleep with her?
No, that's what I mean.
She can't sleep because you're chuckling away.
I don't know what's up with me. I've got a lot going on.
Carl was in Heat this week, and they mentioned that he does this thing on Sky. What is it?
It's this thing with Richard Bacon, some programme about watching telly, and you just talk about what you're watching, and that.
And he was annoyed because he said because his parents are not, and so he's not doing it. He's not going to turn up because they mentioned it in Heat.
And so his parents might watch?
Yeah.
Why are you worried about that?
I don't like 'em watching stuff, do I? I told you, it dates back to when I did Little Donkey at school. I don't want people watching me.
What's that? Just renew us on Little Donkey. What happened?
It was just, I was there to play the drums and that, in We Three Kings. I was loving it, I got a bit carried away.
How old were you?
About 13.
Yeah.
Right?
Really?
Probably.
Yeah.
About 10 probably.
Yeah. Go on.
6.
Between 6 and
Where old were you? What school were you at?
Okay, you were playing Little Donkey.
Yeah. And,
No,
no, but it was one of them schools where everyone sort of was in the same one. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, a Manchester school. Yeah, just
What
the
do
one
you
classroom.
mean?
Well, it's like
What, sweeping chimneys in the day and then 1 hour of learning? What are you talking about? What school were you at? Was it infants, junior or
They
secondary?
didn't really do that. It was one
What
where...
do you mean?
do
You
that?
did that? They still have to abide by the laws of the land in Manchester.
No, but it was a lot more... Like you had infants, but
Yeah.
you also had, like, the older lot. There's kids there who, when you're in the younger year and that, you'd see kids and you go,
Talk English and use terms that people do when they're talking about schooling.
I don't even want to talk about this.
No, how old were you? What? Oh.
I'm guessing maybe 6 or 7 or 8.
So you went from 13 to 6?
Yeah, but like I say, it's hard to remember because...
Imagine if you were giving evidence in a trial.
Yeah. How old were you? I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can't really narrow it down other than 7 years either way.
You know, theoretically,
Yeah.
he could get called up for jury service. Right, you're on...
A lot of mates who I had didn't have enough money to go on holiday, and they just get a present for the summer holiday.
I would just like...
Of course, they got an education, so it's always...
Yeah, but Carl, the thing is with Carl is, right, I want to give him gifts.
Yeah.
I want him to have the loveliest Christmas ever. I want him to go pony trekking. Do you know what I mean? I want to just...
Scared of horses.
So many things we don't know about Carl.
Fell off one out of fate, and the woman didn't know what to do. She couldn't handle the horse. It was running off. I was hanging underneath, getting a kick in the head. No.
Really?
Now, hang on, what age were you? This could explain a lot.
I was about 6.
That makes a lot of sense. I think we got to the bottom of it here.
Oh no, got kicked in the head by a horse, lived in a caravan, and had to live in Wales half the time. Oh. Then no wonder this is your favourite time of the week. Do you look forward to this all week, these 2 hours?
It's alright. My mate, right, he was religious.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not, really. But...
No, I mean, you believe in ghosts, though, and shadows pushing people off bikes. But go on.
But it's the same time, I think I told you once before that I went to the church with this lad because I swore and he said he was going to tell me dad.
Yeah.
I was effing and jeffing. So he said if you're going
Is that how they get people to church nowadays?
I love that one kid that, yeah, he hasn't quite got the idea of the protection game. There's nothing in it for him. Either you turn to religion or I tell your father.
Right, so I went to church with him and that, and then the next week he said, I know that was rubbish and you didn't enjoy it. It's when I got kicked out for messing with the tennis ball in the pews, right?
I don't think we've heard that, but I don't think we can possibly go into that now.
Summed it up.
Yeah.
So,
Well, no,
come on, we'll come back to that. You had a tennis
That's the
ball and
story.
some pubes.
No, in the pews.
In the pews, right.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I went there and I said, I don't think much of this church thing, it's a bit boring.
Sorry, and so you went to church and you ended up in the Crusades?
No, it's called the Crusaders. What it is, it's meant to be the fun part of religion for kids.
Right.
And my mate said, oh, you want to come along? It's, you know, you go on a Friday night and do it on a Sunday as well. Right, so I went on the Friday night, it was brilliant. They had Sabutio, played table tennis in this dead big old house.
And what do they do at the end? Say, I hope you enjoy yourself. Remember God gave you all this.
Well, it's sort of, you know, enjoy the simple things in life. You don't need computer games, you can play table tennis and that, and talk with your friends.
Yeah.
And blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's alright.
I think you'd be happy in a young offenders institution. You get to clean the toilets there
But
as
don't
well.
forget, Carl, I think God invented Nintendo too.
Right. Well, anyway, so that was alright. I loved it on the Friday.
Yeah.
And my mate said if you go for 4 weeks in a row without missing a day, you get a free badge. And, I was
And
like,
salvation.
I don't like all this sort of being stuck in stuff. Do you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
put me head in
Yeah,
about
don't get
school.
tied down.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, every day.
Yeah.
Right, so, anyway, so you've got to come again on Sunday, so I thought, well, we'll have another game of table tennis, it'll be alright.
Yeah.
So anyway, I go on the Sunday.
Who was this servant of God?
Right. I go on the Sunday, it's like a totally different club, there's no table tennis,
That's how they trick you.
no Sabutio,
Yeah.
they start handing out Bibles.
Oh.
And
It's
I
like a
was like,
timeshare
hang
thing.
on a minute, right?
They trick you.
So I didn't go again on Sundays, I used to just go on the Friday.
Just go on the Friday. Brilliant. Brilliant. I'm amazed no one else saw through that.
Well, the thing is, there used to be loads there on the Friday, so
I bet
I
there
thought they won't even notice if I'm not, like,
Yeah,
do you
sure.
know what I mean? That I'm not showing up on a Sunday. So anyway, carried on, it was
Just
brilliant.
this kid in the vicar?
Oh, I love that. You got one over on the church.
So I was loving it, right? Playing table tennis and that.
Yeah,
and then on a Sunday, they found out where I live, and the head fella started coming round, knocking on the door.
God.
He's everywhere, Rick.
Why did he knock?
The fella,
Politeness.
the fella who like ran the club, he started coming around, knocking on the door. And I saw him coming up the path, and I said to my mum, "Oh, it's the fella from the Crusaders."
Yeah.
She didn't even know what I was.
No.
she
She
was
thought
like,
you were
"What
off
are
nicking
talking
hubcaps
about?"
and stealing cars.
She didn't
Yeah,
have a clue what I was talking about.
You've been going to
You
church.
went to church? I don't
You
believe it.
little
That's
bleeder.
not how we brought you up.
So I said, "Look, just tell him I'm not in. Tell him I'm not in." And then she had to keep doing this, and they were coming round every Sunday to try and make me, like, go on the Sunday. It was really important that I went and that I was abusing the system and all this. Anyway, I didn't go. And then
Why didn't they just tell you on next time we turned up on a Friday?
Yeah.
No, well, because there was so many people there on a Friday, you just get mixed in the crowd.
Yeah.
It was jammed. It was well popular on a Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But anyway, on one of the Sundays, it was quiet for a bit, and they stopped coming round. So I thought, right, I can go out again, right, on a Sunday, because I used to avoid hanging around the house in case
What sort of reign of terror is this?
Incredible.
So I thought,
It's
right,
like the Spanish Inquisition.
so I thought, great, they forgot about me.
Yeah.
Everything, I can carry on in sort of normal life now.
Yeah.
And I was playing out in the avenue. Fella comes round.
Oh.
And he goes, there you are. You know, you're always busy on a Sunday. You enjoy Fridays and that, don't you? I was like, yeah. He goes, well, come on, you've got to come with me. And I couldn't get out of it. No. You know what I mean? It's like, what could I say?
Charlie says.
Right?
Yeah.
So, anyway, nearly a car crash. So that was the excuse I used next time. He had a Mini, right? And he was driving us there, and he hit the curb, nearly sort of turned over the Mini. Right? There was like 3 of us in the back. So I said...
That record.
So next time,
Or was it a joke?
Next time he came round to pick us up, I said, look, really enjoyed it and that. I said, but ever since that journey, I really, you know, I don't want to get in the car with you again, because it scared me a bit. And I said, all right then, I didn't have to go again.
That's all right, isn't it?
That's extraordinary.
Yeah.
He almost killed you in a car
It's
crash.
parable. Thank God no one was hurt.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Your life moves in incredible ways.
Yeah.
Rather like God.
Yeah. So,
So there you go.
they're probably round there now, aren't they? Going, is he coming tomorrow? So, would you like to start on your, to Steve, because I've heard all these.
Well, we won't do them all.
Well, we'll start off with the Mr. Freeze. Tell Steve the story of Mr. Freeze. This is the first time he nearly died.
This is the most serious of the lot, really. So, what it was, do you know, like, I don't know if your mum and dad did the same thing, but, like, they do the weekly shopping on like a Friday.
Yeah.
So when you got to Thursday, there wouldn't be much stuff left in the cupboard. It'd just be like, you know, your Jacob's crackers and stuff like that. So when they'd been to the supermarket and they came back, I was like, you know, what's that saying? Like a pig in... You know, I loved it. It was like loads of food coming in, loads of biscuits.
He nearly said,
What is that saying?
he nearly said piggy.
Right.
Is that the saying?
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, all this food comes in.
Thank God he didn't.
Otherwise he'd have been in trouble.
That's true enough.
Because he's culpable for our actions, because he's the producer. So technically, that twat's in charge. Go on.
Right, so anyway, so there's loads of food, and I'm like, oh yeah, look at this, and chocolate biscuits, and, you know, penguins and stuff.
Bacon.
And bacon.
Just in case, you never know.
So anyway, my mum and dad's putting the food away. Me and our kid are like, he's already grabbed something, gone back upstairs.
It's like feral children. It's like a quest for fire. And then they run upstairs. What did he do, sit under the bed, gnawing at some sort of pig's trotter?
So I saw, do you remember Mr. Freeze Pops?
I do, yes. Well, they're kind of like popsicles, icicles.
Yeah, but really long, like a foot long, right?
Yeah.
So I thought, I'll have one of them, so I grabbed it.
Went for the nutritious stuff first.
Absolutely.
And like my mum and dad are putting the stuff away and what have you. And I rip it open and knock it back, right? Straight away, just right back like
Swallow it
that.
straight away, yeah.
But it went down the wrong way, right? So I
What,
was
down
like,
your shirt?
So I was like, oh god, I can't breathe. And my mum and dad didn't even know what I'd ate. Do you know what I mean? I ate it so quick.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of tapping my mum on the back, going, she's going, oh god, you know, he's choking again, because I was always choking. If there was one thing, I don't know if I've got like a small throat, but I mean, even Ricky knows, I can't drink that much, can I?
Yeah.
Do you know,
or eat pebbles.
I'm not a quick drinker, I'd always, I think I'm scared of like, swallowing stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like bottle tops and mint imperials and stuff. I was always choking on stuff. So anyway, she's going, oh god, what's he picked up on that now?
Drop it.
So-
And she hit his nose with a stick.
So I was going, oh, I'm choking. At this point, my dad had like, I think he'd put his share away, you know, his food away, and he'd gone.
His share! I love it!
Yeah.
He'd gone to watch like Winner Takes All or whatever in the lounge, and I was in the kitchen, and I was starting to like I didn't care anymore. Do you know what I mean? I just got to that point where I wasn't struggling anymore.
You just thought, I'm done
I just
for.
was like falling to the ground. And my mum's going, you know, get in here, I think it's serious. And my dad comes in and sort of starts shouting at me, saying that's what you get for being greedy. He didn't even know what I'd eaten.
Well, it was the moment to teach you a lesson, certainly.
So he's there like that, and my mum's going, oh, look at him, and my lips were going purple. and my eyes were rolling into the back of my head.
You look like Marilyn Manson.
And, so anyway, she grabbed me from behind and did that fireman thing.
The Heimlich manoeuvre.
Yeah. And, you know, winded me. And it came up, and I was alright.
What, the whole popsicle came flying back out?
You see, that's what I don't understand. Because there was nothing there.
No, just a little bit. No, it swells up, doesn't it? Because it irritated it, so it went down this sort of like your epiglottis. It went down the wrong way, like it went into your air canal instead of your throat, and it sort of spasms, and that's the fear. You just got to calm it down and relax.
So in time, I would have been alright.
Yeah,
anyway.
you don't.
Well, no, you might have.
So that's so that's
hang on.
one.
So, but
No, but the weird thing is, like, for, like, 3 days after that, I felt like a sort of, special person. I went to school.
I'm saying nothing.
I did full days.
a special needs person.
Yeah.
I went to school the next 3 days after that. I didn't, like, wag it or anything. I did full days.
I love that. 3 days, turned over into a leaf.
Exactly. After 3 days, you thought, screw it.
Yeah, did a quick history exam.
But have you ever had that, where you've, like, felt like, I've been given another chance here?
Right, next one.
weird.
That's popsicle. That's popsicle hell, we'll call that. Right, next one.
Which one's the next one?
Oh, what about your paper round?
Right.
Can I ask very quickly, did your life flash before your eyes like they say it did?
No, I just sort of went really calm and like, I'm ready for this now.
Right.
I wasn't bothered, do you know what I mean?
You had no
scared.
regrets?
No. It was weird. It was really weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, the paper round one. Paper round, I'd still say it's the best job I've ever had.
And he means it!
No, I really enjoyed it. It's like, you know, you don't have to work with anyone else, right? So you make your own rules.
Just think of that.
You know, you sort of
You're
around,
spreading information
well, yeah,
to people,
yeah,
vital information.
giving a service,
Yeah.
and no one else is around, you know, you can just do what you want and think about stuff whilst you're cycling around on your bike. It's really good.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Imagine the stuff he's thinking about when he's riding around his
I
bike.
can't. Oh, so getting in the head of a salamander.
So anyway, I loved it, and even though I only got like 50p a day, right, no matter what the weather was like and stuff, I used to get up at 4:30 and go and do the round, and
Why'd you get up at 4:30?
because I wanted to watch the Pink Panther at 5:30, so I wanted to get me paper round done.
I said, why didn't you watch Pink Panther?
And then do the paper.
He went, oh, I can't sit there thinking I've got my paper round to do.
He'll ruin it for him.
Yeah. So is it a good job or not?
So 4:30 I was up and about, and this morning it was like winter, really bad winter, bad snow, you know, freezing cold, really windy and all that. And my mum said to me before I went to bed, she said, don't be getting up tomorrow, I'll give you the 50p. I said, it's not about the 50p. So, you know, people want the papers and stuff. So,
Conscientious.
so anyway, I went to bed thinking, you know, that's it, I've told her I'm still going, so, you know, whatever. Go to sleep, get up in the morning, and put all my kit on. And I used to have layers of clothing on because it was really cold. They had like a big anorak on with the fur on. I had like waterproof pants, and I got my paper round bag. And I went downstairs to get out, and tried to open the door, and it was locked. I thought, oh God, so she'd locked it so I couldn't go out, so I'm searching around the house looking for the keys. She must have hid them somewhere. I thought, oh God, you know, I've got the papers to do. So I thought, how can I get out? So I went upstairs, climbed out of the bathroom window.
God.
Right, and to try and jump out of the bathroom window onto the porch. But the problem was, I had so much gear on, I was like the Michelin Man. So I could hardly move as it is.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get out the window, and I'm like, trying to stretch down like that, get my foot on the porch, and my bag got caught on like the hook of, do you know, like how you have a hook so you can put the window open?
Right, yeah,
The little arm goes on. My bag had got caught on that. I was holding on to the wall and my foot on the thing, so I couldn't sort of pull it away in case I pulled it away and then fell on my head.
Yeah.
So I'm stuck there.
Dangling.
My dad comes back from working nights.
Yeah.
He thinks I'm a burglar.
Gets out his gun.
So he's shouting and stuff, going mad and going, Dad, it's me. And he had to give us a hand using a...
He's heard that wily trick in Manchester before.
He had to help me using a washing prop thing. A big stick.
What did he do?
Well, he said, just hold on for your dear life, and I'll sort of push the paper bag off the hook.
Why didn't he go upstairs and sort it out?
it was at that point where I was in the middle, there was nothing you could do, do you know what I mean? It's at that point where you've just got to make a decision.
Yeah.
And by the time you go upstairs, who knows what might have happened.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? You've got to act there and then, not messing around.
Yeah.
So...
And you could hear downstairs, now here he is, the Pink Panther.
Yeah.
Dad! Pink Panther. Hurry up! Panther. Ever so pink. Oh.
So that was close to death, because I must have been about 30 foot in the air.
Yeah.
And I would have, you know, that would have been nasty if I fell to the concrete paving, so...
Well, there's more to come. Should we play a record and come back to this? Because he's got more.
Oh yeah, no, there must be one of them where you did fall on your head. This is the one I'm waiting for. There's got to be one. That would explain so much.
Yeah.
I nearly did. Nearly broke my back.
Jeez.
Once. My dad said, I bet I can't kick me height. And I said, I bet I can. And,
I don't remember this. You didn't tell me this one.
I bet you can't what?
I was in the garden summer's day, and it was that era when, like, doing kung fu and all that was really popular.
Sure.
And I was, like, messing about in the garden, punching the tree and stuff. And my dad said...
What a kid he must have been.
My dad said, I bet you can't kick your height.
Kick your height? What, you mean kick as high as yourself?
Yeah, so I must have been, like, 5 foot or something then. And I said, of course I can. So I bet you can't. But instead of doing it on the grass, I did it on, like, the concrete bit. Kicked it, actually did it. I went, there you go. But then, like, get my foot down quick enough and land on
you
my back.
paused to say, there, I've done it.
Yeah.
As opposed to putting your foot back on the ground.
And landed on my back, and I'd still get back trouble now.
Do you?
Because they say that, don't they?
So, to cut a long story short, he gave me about 4 or 5 near-death experiences, and he went, and the whole point of this, he went, so that's why I think I'm gonna die of something horrible, like cancer. And I went, why? He went, right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
He said, well, I don't check my balls. Wait. He said, I don't like the feel.
Carl, have you ever logged on to Friends Reunited? It was the site that everyone was talking about last year.
No.
Are you aware of the concept?
I've heard about it, but there's no one from school who'd want to see
Hook
it
up with.
again, really.
So basically, for those that don't know, you have to log on to his website, and then you can it helps you track down your old schoolmates if they've also logged on and stuff. And we sort of took the liberty, really, of looking on the Friends Reunited site and typing in your school and trying to track down any of your old mates. We didn't get in touch with any of them, don't worry.
We didn't do that.
We're not going to surprise you with them now.
No.
But I was just interested to know, like, some of your thoughts on some of the names that I could run past you. I mean, these are people from your year. Just tell me if you recognise the names. Alison Birch?
Think I remember her.
What's your thoughts of her?
Don't
Don't be libelous.
don't be like, no.
No. Posh, probably did pretty well in history and that.
Sarah Morris?
God, yeah. Remember her?
Go on. You're grinning. What's the thought? Go on.
No, just, she was alright. She was a popular one.
What does that mean?
She was nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, what about Darren Buckley?
He was one of my best mates.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What do you reckon he's doing now? Do you still keep in touch?
When my mum and dad were still in Manchester and they had a bookie shop, he used to go in because the bookies was next door.
I know the way you paint a picture. If you did this in your history exam, Carl, you will walk it.
Go on. So your parents had a butty shop. There was a bookies next door.
Yeah, and he liked having a bit of a gamble, so he used to, I think he works for some insurance company.
Do you think that his fiancée Beth knows he's got a gambling problem? Or that his 2-year-old son Lewis?
No!
Yeah, they live in Cheadle Home.
Hume.
Cheadle Hume.
He must be doing well. 'Cause it's
He's still supporting the Blue Army and frequents the shrine on a fortnightly basis.
funny thing with him is, right, when I used to stay over at his house, and his dad was a copper, and I remember his dad came down and said, right, I want to see you two. I was like, oh God, what's happened? And got us round the table. He said, do you know much about drugs? So we were like, what's all this about? So he goes, you know, they're not good for anyone, you know, the stupid thing to get into. And we're like, yeah, we know. And he went, you know, do you? We said, yeah. He said, what's this then? And he'd found something in his bedroom, and it was a Skittle.
What, the sweet?
You know, little sweets with the S on it. And
Oh, really?
Drugs.
Yeah.
So he said, well, yeah, it's a Skittle. Yeah, I know what it is.
Oh, he was bluffing like that as a slang word.
Yeah, he thought because he was a copper, he probably had to be down with all the terms and that. So we said, "Oh, it's a Skittle," and he said, "Yeah, I know what it is, but what's it doing in your bedroom?"
Oh.
And it was like, "No, it's a toffee." So, Darren,
Yeah, I know, it's a toffee, it's a squib, it's a, yeah.
Carl, more people from your past. Debbie Carr?
yeah, she was another nice one.
What does that mean? Is that a euphemism?
No, she was one of them that you'd sort of go, she's nice, but she'd never be your girlfriend. Do you know what I mean? She was,
Not really.
even though she was in the same year, she seemed a lot older.
Right.
And like,
Wasn't a teacher, was it?
there was 3 of them who all hung together, and they seemed to hang around like the older kids, the ones who looked like men. Do you know what I mean? They had
What did you look like then?
Well, it's just that I had youthful sort of looks, whereas like the older ones had like beards and stuff.
It's a gang of boys in the 5th form with beards. Were they smoking pipes? Go, come over here, me filly. Oi, Debbie Carr, come over here, you little beauty.
But she was like,
I love that. Hanging around with beards. There's the big boys. Oh, fishing. That's lovely beards. What do you
I
mean?
just see a whole row of George Bernard Shaws. Brilliant.
How do you do in history, boy? Think on E. You're an idiot. Oh.
they were like, you know, I'd be there sort of playing punching people in the arm. Because we used to play that
Oh, that's a
school.
great game.
Oh, I love that. Punch people in the arm.
Is that part of the Olympics now?
it's, I think it was exhibition this year.
Right.
But it's
going to be a pro next
It's going to be the Winter Olympics because you've got to do it in just a cap sleeve shirt
Sure.
in winter. Yeah.
So you're playing that?
She, but whilst I
But
was
she didn't
doing
appreciate that. She used to go, ow!
that, no, I always think whilst I was doing that, they were like the Charlie's Angels, and they'd be sorting out a mission somewhere because they were really like there was something about them that you thought, you know, yeah, they're special.
They were private detectives.
What if it worked for a man they never see?
Okay, well, here's a name I'm interested in because, well, let me just tell you the name first. Adam Clifton. Oh. Go on, what are your thoughts on Clifton?
He was one of them kids. He was all right, but he had that thing when if you didn't have enough milk, he had like wrinkly hands and like white bits in his nails.
Oh!
Because you didn't have enough milk.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
therefore, you didn't like him because you didn't get enough milk.
This is not to be confused with the 2 people with the big heads and the webbed feet, is it?
Webbed hands.
Well, this was
I don't know, they weren't related. They must have been somewhere along the evolutionary sort of trail. Do you know what I mean? They must have come from the same sort of stock.
But
you wouldn't have liked him. He's just one of them people. He was all right, but
well, before you say any more, on Friends United, you can leave a little message which explains what you've been doing and what your life's like now. And most people leave maybe 2 paragraphs.
Right.
Adam, I've printed it off. He seems to have printed. I think there's about 6 pages here of stuff. He keeps updating it, and he just basically lists his memories about everyone. Okay, at the school and what he thinks of everyone. And he says, I often see Simon, he's doing all right for himself, self-employed illustrator, Mark Cooper, Karl Pilkington.
Right.
And your name comes up. Now, I don't know if you've told us this story. I think you may have done, but I can't remember the facts about it. It just says, Karl Pilkington, with his pet bird. Was it a magpie? I can't remember. He brought it to school to show everyone, and it flew away.
Oh, God! Oh, no, they do that, don't they? You sound
What was the story there,
You
Carl?
give them seeds and they just leave. What do you mean?
This sounds like Kes.
Well, that's it. I was a big fan of Kes, and it was the time our dog had just died.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any pets, and the cats were always getting run over.
Yeah.
And so we didn't want any more pets.
Yeah.
But there was a magpie that used to fly about on the estate, and I managed to sort of tame it. And in the end,
With a chair and a whip? What do you mean you tamed it?
Well, just used to sort of hang around it and talk.
But how did
to
you
it.
get hold of it? Did you catch it?
Well, eventually, yeah, it used to just come to me, and the annoying thing was, it got to a point when I wish I hadn't bothered, because it used to pop me bike tyres. It used to sit on like, if I was talking to my mates and I was on my grifter.
I love how you just throw things in.
It's like an Alan Bennett play.
it landed on my tyre, and it used to peck at the tyre and pop it, and then it used to then never go away, so it was always like around the house, and my dad said never bring it in. So he used to sit on the porch, and I used to go out, and it used to fly down and land on my head, and it really hurt. It used to like peck and stuff.
He thought it was a tyre.
So it wasn't so much tamed as a stalker.
Oh, God!
So you took it to school and it flew away?
Yeah.
So did you take it in proudly going, look at my magpie? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I think it got a bit confused in the area that it was in, because I used to just keep it sort of around our estate, but the school was a bit of a distance away.
How did you get it there?
Carrying it on my finger.
Did you walk?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was happy there, and then it got...
But it used to be one of those things that people would stop me in the street and sort of go, oh, what's that?
And I don't suppose
Maggie, called it Maggie.
You didn't get Charlie's Angels to go and find out what happened to it? Investigate?
Were they impressed?
No, not really.
A few more names that you may recall from Friends Reunited.
Go on.
Lisa Shufflebotham? Do you remember her?
Yeah, she...
Was she one of Charlie's Angels?
No, she wasn't that nice, but she wanted me. her and her mate Rachel, I remember, I don't know why, but it was some sort of PE lesson where it had to be a bloke and two girls, and they were fighting over me.
Could you hear what they were saying?
They were just like, I want him, and I was loving it. Stuck in the middle, and they were fighting over me. And then the next week I thought I'll sit near them.
What sort of game do they play at this school?
I don't know.
That's an incredible game.
But I think
punch me on the arm. No, punch me on the arm, Carl.
They just went through it. Because the following week I thought, right, I'll sit near them again, because I quite enjoyed the way they fighted over me. But then they picked somebody else, and I don't know who I was with that week.
So you didn't get any action with Shufflebotham or a friend?
No. And then as she got older, she went a bit off. She didn't look that good. She's probably nice now. It's just, I mean, I'll say about myself, when you get to sort of the end of secondary school, you do sort of go a bit odd looking.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? When your sort of head grows funny.
I would just love to go back to a school of that era. I mean, just what happened to people, whether, you know, all people sprouting limbs.
No, do you know what I
things.
mean? When you're like 12 and that, you quite... No, not 12. When you're 10, when you're 7 to 10, you sort of look healthy, and you look at your pictures when you go, yeah, I was a good-looking lad. But then when you get to late secondary school, something happens, and you just look a bit odd.
Okay, well, what about Alison Thorpe?
Not sure about her. I sort of know the name, can't put a face to it.
Damien Comer?
Again, know the name.
Yeah.
Can't remember anything.
No.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Well, these are pretty much all the names I could find. We've had some interesting thoughts, though, and interesting anecdotes.
Yeah.
Anyone in particular that you'd like to say hello to that maybe listening now that
I think I would have mentioned Darren Buckley if you hadn't have brought him up.
Oh, right.
He was like me buddy.
Yeah. Did you ever see the magpie again when you took it to the school and confused it?
No.
You're joking. That was the end of it, was it?
Yeah.
So where did it go?
Probably to some other kid. Because I mean, actually, it probably got killed. Because if it was being that friendly with other people, some people might have took advantage of it.
In what way?
Well, there was a programme on the other week about...
What, in the way that Shufflebotham was trying to take advantage of you?
There was a programme on the other week about bear whisperers.
Yeah.
And some blokes got really friendly with a bear, and then when they were leaving that area where the bear was, they said, oh, we've caused a problem here, because there's some bear hunters coming in and moving into this area, and it's going to get a bullet if it acts like this, so they had to scare it away, and that's what I should have done with Maggie. I should have terrified it a little bit, so it wouldn't trust humans.
Just introduced it to some of your schoolmates, I'm sure would have freaked it right out.
Well, the ones
maybe that was why it fled.
It didn't see. It didn't see those two fellas with big heads and webbed hands coming towards it, did it?
That would have terrified anything. It's like a scarecrow, like two walking scarecrows.
Express 2 featuring David Byrne, Lazy, XFM 104.9, 1:45. I'm Ricky Gervais. Steve's got the Sun.
Yes,
we're just going to be doing White Van Carl, where we ask Carl the questions the Sun asked some other bloke.
That's right.
Because we think Carl's got more to say than anyone on anything. Carl only tells the truth, by the way. Just remember that, listeners. Off you go.
Yes, well, today's White Van Man in the Sun is John Slade. He owns his own door maintenance company. His answers are very informative, I have to say. But, Carl, what do you make of the Channel 4 producer, aged 30, who duped a school into believing he was a teenager for a documentary? Are you familiar with this story?
No, go on.
Well, basically, a 30-year-old guy kind of fooled the school into thinking he was a pupil for a secret documentary. The school's outraged. Do you think that that's, for you, should anything go when it comes to making TV?
I think I've said to you before, there's loads of kids at my school. I remember being in the first year, and kids who, what year do schools go up to? I was in the first year, what is it?
11.
5?
Oh, sorry, first year of infants and juniors.
No, secondary school.
11.
Right, year 11. Kids have beards and stuff.
No, not year 11. They're 11 when they first go to secondary school.
Right, well, I'm 11. The kids at the older end.
Well, there's a fifth form, and then there's
you can leave when you can leave when you're 16, I think, can't you now?
Right, well, kids who were 16 looked old. They did have beards. I remember going there and thinking some of them were teachers.
I think he's answered that. Next one, what's the next one?
Tattoos and everything. I think they had kids in the earlier years, even.
What do you make of the fact that Mariah Carey's £38 million payoff has cost EMI staff their jobs, and we're talking 1,800 EMI staff who have lost their jobs?
What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean,
is that silly money, Mariah Carey, on 38 million?
She doesn't need that much.
She doesn't need that much. She has to dress nice, though.
It's not her fault. I'd say it's bad business.
Okay.
Because EMI, did you say?
Yes.
Right. They've got rid of them staff.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey's left. Who's going to do the work?
do you think Mariah should come back and do some temping?
Well, they should have got a loan and paid her.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Vicious circle, that.
Right.
Have you done a business degree, haven't you?
Commerce.
You did commerce. Where did you do that? What did you do that?
At school, I'd learnt how to fill out a cheque, pay a bill, and I think I had a trip round Kellogg's.
Did you get an O level or GCSE?
We know he didn't.
You know.
But was there a commerce exam, or was it just a division of
Can't
maths?
remember.
What did you fill out a cheque?
A subset of
It
maths.
was an option. It was like, if you want to do it, you can.
What was it? Fill out a cheque.
Pay a bill.
Pay a bill.
Have a visit round
Round
Kellogg's.
Kellogg's, and I saw my sister's boyfriend there at the time. He sorted me out with some variety packs.
Really? What was in them?
You know, Rice Krispies and
Good stuff.
Cocoa Pops?
Space Dust or whatever it is.
Space Dust.
So, sorry, that wasn't Ken Dodd, though.
No.
That was someone else. That was an aunt.
Yeah. That wasn't Special K.
What do you make of fears that dumped Britney Spears? She's been dumped by her boyfriend. There's worries that she may be cracking up, Carl. You concerned?
What are the signs?
Well, I'm not entirely sure. I'm just reading from this section, but I would assume that she's obviously showed signs of depression, maybe.
She'll be alright. I remember, like, you know, Zoe Harris, when she sort of got bored of me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Get over it, I don't even think about her now.
What, and how long did it take you to get over Zoe?
Zoe Harris.
How long did it take
To be honest, right, it was like one of my first girlfriends, and she was a pain. I remember I went out with her because she wouldn't stop hassling me, right?
Yeah.
And I remember
I love that. Oh, go on
I
then.
never talked to her, and then the bit that really got me, I thought I half liked her, and then I remember, right, we were at a school party, sort of infant school.
Infant school?
Right.
Are you sure it wasn't junior school?
Well, it's on the cusp.
Yeah.
Like, when you're about to leave infants and go to the next one.
Yeah.
And, she was crying because...
You were saying, I don't think we should move in together.
She was crying.
She was crying.
Oh, was she?
Had you stolen her milk?
She must have been nearly 6. Why did she grow up?
No, she was crying because somebody had stood on a dress and put a bit of a hole in it. And I said, oh, for God's sake.
I can't stand it. Oh,
So
God. I just think him.
So you gave her a slap?
I just think of him as like 6, like with clogs and a flat cap, going slightly bald, going, for Christ's sake, woman, come on.
Oh, light my pipe.
I finished it because all the mates were saying, come on, Carl, she's upset. And I was like, oh, whatever. Again.
Hold on, no. Wait a minute. What do you mean all her mates were saying, look, come on, Carl? They were 6, weren't they?
Yeah, but they were saying, come on, she's crying. Help her out.
And,
Like, look,
and you
it's
did nothing?
I don't know.
She's got injured. Got a hole in her skirt.
Yeah, but she was upset and you were her boyfriend.
Well,
So what did you do? Tell me the story. Where were you?
didn't work out.
You were at some kind of school do. There was a hole in her
What,
dress.
it didn't work out, he said.
Do you treat your current girlfriend in the same way? This callous disregard for someone's feelings?
His current girlfriend does not tread on her dress. Does she? Oh, she didn't.
So, as far as you're concerned, what was her name? Sarah?
Zoe.
Zoe Harris. She just felt like, well, you know, if she's going to make her whinge about, you know, a silly little hole, screw her.
Yeah.
You're all heart, Carl.
What would you have done?
I'd have gone over there and give her a lovely kiss.
You wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
We were playing Dead Arm.
If you had hair, what would it be like?
What do you mean?
Well, you obviously had hair then, back then. What was the style?
It was like, sort of, I had quite sort of, fine, sort of straight hair.
Yeah.
Right.
Hairdresser once said to me, you've got hair of a Chinaman.
He was a wise man, wasn't he? What do you think that meant then? Oh.
He just said, he just said you got the same hair as a Chinese man has. Very straight, quite fine.
Why is he doing it? I just imagine this pal going, the Arsenal did well, didn't it, sir? Shall I have something on that? You have the hair of a Chinaman. I'm sorry, nothing. You're not the spy. No, I'm not. Thank you. Good night. Oh,
You're not my contact.
yeah, lovely. You have the feet of a fish. I'm sorry, nothing. It's not you. Okay, next. You have the hair of a Chinaman.
It was one of those barbers, it was a cheap one, just on a railway bridge.
I don't believe that. Go on.
On a railway bridge.
That's why it was cheap. It was very low rent, so he could charge
That wasn't
50p.
the barber, that was a man with some scissors.
Yeah. Did you go, oh, I have to move you there, sir? Wow. Okay, back in the chair, sir.
I imagine them on one of those things you always see in old films where you've got
You have to press down
on
and
that
down,
thing
yeah,
so it
like a
travels along the
seesaw.
track.
Yeah.
It wasn't
That's
as good as that. It was just a normal chair, little wooden hut, and he did have to stop when a train came past because he used to.
Well, because he had to change the signal.
just making a few extra
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I love
That's
that.
Manchester for you.
Oh, God.
I always
it
remember
wasn't Bernard Cribbins, was it?
I always remember him saying, "Do you want your hair washing?" And I said, "Is it free? You know, does it come with it?" And he said, "Yeah." So I said, "Oh, go on then." He said, "Hang on now, I'll just have to wash these mugs up." He had like a sink full of mugs.
Oh,
So I'll just
God.
take these out and then I can wash your head.
Oh, no.
And that's why.
Why did you go to this man?
It was cheap. It was
How
like
much was it?
about £2.
And when was this?
God. At 88, 89.
All right.
Yeah.
So what happened to your Chinese hair? When did it start coming out?
You have the hair of a bull Chinaman now, don't you?
You've got the hair of a Chinaman in a box now.
I used to just work a lot of hours, and I think,
That's what made it fall out.
yeah, of course.
No, it's
like-
not. It's genetic. You can't stop
Not
it. can you?
genetic.
Of course it is.
Your dad old?
No, he's got more hair than me now, I think.
Is your mum?
Kojak's got more hair than you, Carl.
Anyway,
Don't have a go at Carl's hair, that's a bit harsh.
Oh, look at his little
what
face.
did he say before in that book about going bald? It said, it had a little tip, didn't it? We'll go over them later.
It says, if you're going thin, doesn't it say, cut your hair short and something like that?
So it makes you look thicker. I've never been into getting presents and that. I had the problem at that Christmas one, that time with the Victoria Plum.
Yeah, we'd hate that. We'd hate to bring that back.
We've done that.
Because you talked about the book, because it's kind of to do with your dad, isn't it? He's a very bad gift buyer, was that the problem?
Well, yeah, my dad just wouldn't bother. It was my mum who sort of made an effort, and she sort of worked out half of what I wanted, then she left it to me dad to get it off someone, see if he could get one cheap or whatever.
I love the fact that usually people talk about, like, drinking heavily or violent abuse, right?
Yeah.
But here's what he's been left with and scarred with from parents is bad gift buying.
Yeah, and
That's
the
not so
Victoria
bad, is
Plum
it?
incident.
In the greater scheme of things in the world,
Yeah, but-
that's not a bad thing to have, is it?
There was this. This is what it's like about getting presents and stuff, right? With me, with my mum and dad.
Go on.
My mate Colin, right? He
Colin Mackin?
No, Colin Bailey.
Oh,
right? He had a little Sinclair Spectrum, right?
Yeah.
Computer, which was like the thing to have at that time, right?
Yeah.
Used to always go round to his house. The deal was
Not the one you had to play through the window because you weren't allowed.
no, that's another lad.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is a different lad, and the deal was he came to our house and my mum gave him a pie. And then I'd go round to his, and I'd stay there for a few hours playing, you know, Hungry Horace and stuff like that on it. Right? Now, my mum and dad knew that I really wanted one of these computers, right? So I waited about a year. Came round to Christmas Day, I thought, I reckon, might have one. Turned out, they bought me the wrong one. They bought me a ZX81 instead of a Spectrum, right? And, Christmas Day, I'm there trying to load the games up, it's not working, I'm thinking, what's wrong, right? And the thing with me, when I was a kid, I used to get quite sort of agitated.
This is the moment.
Right? I found out that it needed a RAM pack to make it work, right? Looking in the thing and it's saying, and make sure you put your RAM pack in the back. And I was like, oh, where's the RAM pack? And my dad's going, I don't know, I've got you the main bit. That's it. So, I was that wound up, I just was sick, right? Just sick. Oh, I didn't feel sick or anything, I just was like, oh god. Went to the sink, just sick. Because I was that on edge about it. I said, come on, we've got to get one. And my dad's like, Tandy's shut, we're not gonna get anything today. Ruined again, Christmas Day. That was after the year when my train set got blown up by our kid. The following year, no RAM pack. And now you ask me why don't I get good presents?
He's scarred. He just
I'm gonna die. Honestly, I'm gonna die. It's just being sick.
Yeah. There's no RAM pack.
Did you get to the bottom of it? Why wasn't there a RAM pack?
You have to buy them separate.
Oh,
It's one of them cons.
What do you mean I can't play Frogger?
Oh no.
So, wasn't there another incident when you threw up? Spontaneously threw up?
Oh.
Through sheer anxiety?
I do get it. It's not so much now because I've relaxed a bit, but as a kid I used to be quite on edge all the time with certain things.
Do you think that's what happened to your
The
cat
wind.
that kept being sick? That it didn't get the food it wanted, and it just threw up. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
God, so they shaved it.
Yeah, but again, you see, the cat thing, I mean, it's mad. I was thinking about it the other day, right? I used to think I had quite a normal upbringing,
You didn't.
right? And someone was talking
Your
about the
mother
cat.
once told you not to go to school because it was windy, Carl. It was not a normal upbringing.
The cat was being sick, so she shaved it, so it was easier to clean.
Right, well, my mum and dad went on holiday, right? And I stayed at the Rosses down the road.
Oh, yeah.
Only a kid, must have been about 5 or something, right? And, I was always running around in the house. I had a lot of energy as a kid. What the Rosses did, they had this cat that was dead violent, the most violent sort of angry cat I have ever witnessed.
A tiger.
It was honestly, Steve, if it was bigger it would have been, because it was just always having a go at you.
Yeah.
If you went to pat it on the head, it went to bite you and stuff. And what they used to do with it, to stop me running around, I'd sort of be running around, and then I'd get a bit tired, and they'd say, have a lie down on the settee. So I'd lie down on the settee and I'd nod off. And what they used to do, I'd wake up and they'd have put the cat on my belly. Right? So I'd be scared to move because it's like it's going to get me.
But it would keep you there.
It kept me there, and it used to sort of slaver on me, and they'd sort of, you know, go out or whatever, and I'd be lying there. That's not normal, is it?
Carl, sorry, were you created by the Brothers Grimm for one of their fairy tales? What kind of a life is that?